Hey everybody, Timmy Flyersguy here, reminding you to come to the PPL Center in Allentown, Pennsylvania to come support the future of the Philadelphia Flyers. And that future is the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, the proud AHL affiliate of the Philadelphia Flyers. So if you're looking for a good time, come down to PPL Center to see the Lehigh Valley Phantoms in action in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
And now, our feature presentation.
What's up, Philly? We're the gang from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Let's go Flyers!
Hey everybody, it's me, Timmy Flyersguy, and welcome to this week's edition of Classic Flyers Theater. I'm your host, Timmy Flyersguy. In today's episode, we're going to take you back to October of 2005 as the Philadelphia Flyers faced off against the Pittsburgh Penguins. This was the year that the Philadelphia Flyers had Peter Forsberg, Mike Rathje, Mike Knuble, Jeff Carter, Mike Richards, and many other recognizable faces in 2005, in the 05-06 season. It was a pretty good game between the Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. I remember watching this game on TV, and I remember what it was like. But I'm not going to tell you what happened. You're just going to have to see for yourself as the Philadelphia Flyers take on the Pittsburgh Penguins from October of 2005. Let's roll the footage.
Own defenseman. What a strange play there, Mike. And he was 4-0 in his National Hockey League career. Won the Calder Cup. Won the MVP in the playoffs last year for the Philadelphia Phantoms. And that's why he gets the nod for the Flyers here tonight. Robert Ash struggling a little bit for the Flyers in the early going.
25-year-old netminder out of Finland. 6th-round draft choice of the Flyers. Isn't it interesting that all of a sudden here the Penguins are seeing a lot of American Hockey League standout goaltenders. You know, if you read all the press clippings, every one of them was the MVP in that league. We've seen so far.
Yeah, we saw Cam Ward, Toivonen, Ryan Miller, now Mackey.
Well, Eddie Olczyk, the Pens coach, started Sidney Crosby with John LeClair and Mark Recchi, but the Penguins quickly have made a change here to bring on Lemieux's line with Ryan Malone and Konstantin Koltsov. And the Flyers, of course, coached by Ken Hitchcock, but there's a look at it, the great Edzo.
The great Edzo. Edzo told me he wanted to go with a little toughness in the lineup tonight. He's got some of his bigger players dressed and trying to kind of match Donald Brashear. Just want to make sure Brashear for the Flyers does not get out of hand. So watch that. There's the matchup here and the game plan. I think Philly start, Mike. You got to watch out for Philly start, and the defensive zone coverage for the Penguins has been atrocious. And Randy Hillier not happy with the way they played back there. Let's see how they make out against the Flyers tonight.
Penguins using Brooks Orpik out here with Sergei Gonchar in defense. Up front they have Crosby out with Mark Recchi and Ziggy Palffy, and we have an offside call here against the Penguins. So 1 minute into the game, a number of whistles, and play not particularly flowing real well. And there's a look at Mr. Hitchcock, his 3rd year now with the Philadelphia Flyers. This time around, he was an assistant coach with them at one time.
Six of the last 7 years, Mike, he's won the division title as a coach, so he's not having too much trouble right now.
Penguins are forced to their own end. Good move there by Orpik. Slided ahead to Sidney Crosby, who has scored in every game so far for the Penguins. And ripped back into the Flyers in. And Simon Gagne. He stuffs it up the left wing to Forsberg. Very patient with the puck, going to the net, falls down. I think looking to draw a penalty too.
I'm very surprised, Mike, that he didn't shoot that puck. Are you?
Well, he is a player that has the ultimate patience and really probably, as you well know, Bobby, loves to make a pass more than he does love to shoot the puck.
Well, he does. I mean, he gets in there and widens those feet, that base, just like our guy Sidney Crosby does. And that's why a lot of people compare Crosby to Forsberg, the way he controls that puck down low.
And it's Seidenberg, the defenseman for the Flyers, on the right wing for Brian Savage, who was signed as a free agent. With an injury to Sammy Kapanen, who's out of the lineup for the Flyers. They went to work and signed Savage, and he's replaced him. Playing on a line right now with Mike Richards and Michael Hansus. But the play back behind the Flyers net. Seidenberg. I counted 10 new faces in this Flyers lineup coming into this game from the last time we played. Turning to grab the puck, Andre Waugh head to Talbot of the Penguins, a rookie. Shoots it towards the net, partially deflected and dumped up the near boards to Michael Hansus. Rink wide pass to Savage. Savage is one of the great streak scorers in the National Hockey League. Penalty coming up, and I think Pittsburgh's going to get it. I think Oderline got a stick into one of the Flyers. Let's see what the call is here. The referees tonight, Paul Dvorsky and Ian Welsh. Yeah, he got the stick up.
Lyle Oderline just tried to lift the stick of one of the Flyers, and he'll go off for clipping him. And the Flyers special teams number is not too special, Mike. 30th on the power play, only 1 for 19. Penalty killing not much better. The Penguins penalty killing, on the other hand, very impressive in the early going.
So the Penguins are shorthanded, and here's the power play for the Flyers. Pitkanen comes on. Good play by Gonchar to cut him off with a pass. A Penguin defenseman around to the right side to Mike Knuble. Back to the right point. The Flyers set it up. Mike Rathje playing the center point right now. Pitkanen. They're taking Gagne off the point now for the Flyers and moved him down low, and he has the puck. Feed it in front. Knuble slams that one off the body of Marc-Andre Fleury. Knuble simply falls over that wire that's over there in the corner. Went down. Rathje at 6'5", another free agent signee for the Flyers. Off to Forsberg. It's so much fun to watch him just toy with that puck. He reminds me a lot of the way Brian Trottier would just hold it forever. Lemieux does the same thing, and a hard shot by Forsberg this time, grabbed off the glove of one of the quickest gloves ever in the history of the NHL, what we've seen in Marc-Andre Fleury.
If you watch Forsberg, he's going to walk the puck up. The first one comes close in on Knuble. Fleury making the save in the butterfly. This one here, Rathje, the top of the umbrella, over to Forsberg.
Desjardins, who unleashes a wicked slapper. And that's grabbed by goaltender Fleury again. You'll see his glove, and it is just so razor sharp and quick.
Argentina make 3 saves, and that's early going with it.
There's something a little disturbing for the Penguins. They've lost 3 or 4 faceoffs, and there's a shot by Primo, and it's in the net. 1-0 Philadelphia. And that comes from a faceoff loss again. I think they lost 3 or 4 in a row.
And ultimately, when you have a guy with a big reach like Keith Primo does, the captain of the Philadelphia Flyers, he's going to pick up a rebound in front of the cage. And look at this, Mike. He's got that long reach, that ability to bring the puck all the way around from one side of Fleury to the other. And Fleury's down in the butterfly. He's down in the butterfly. His stick is between his pads. Had he used the poke check originally at the start of the play, maybe he has a chance of Primo. But once he's locked into that butterfly position, he's down and out. Primo catches in.
And Lemieux has lost his stick. Penguin captain going to the bench now. As the Flyers scoop up possession. They get the first goal. So for the first game this year, Philadelphia scores the first goal. The Penguins now have played 5 games, and they have given up the first goal in all 5.
Well, you got to match the quick start of the Flyers. Going back to those Spectrum days, Mike, boy, did they come out strong in the first 5 minutes of hockey games. You know that every time you come to Philadelphia, and they have the first 4 shots on net here tonight, none for the Penguins.
This is Dick Tarstrom, the Penguin defenseman. Spins it up to center ice, intercepted by the Flyers. Mike Richards hustles back into the Penguins end. He, along with Jeff Carter, another first-round pick of the Flyers, helped lead the Phantoms of the American Hockey League to the championship last year. in the American League, and of course, Penguins played that team, the Phantoms, and lost. Marc-Andre Fleury very familiar with these two. Desjardins to the right wing corner. He's picked up by Tarstrom, who again will bank it up the boards, but the Penguins can't get the puck out. Flyers. Hanzus gets it, tries a wraparound move, and Fleury very alertly makes the save. Penguins have yet to get a shot on goal here.
Another penalty here now, Mike. This one's going to go against the Flyers for a hook. Coming out of the zone, Crosby with the biscuit gets hauled down in the neutral zone. That foot speed of the young kid Sidney Crosby out of his own zone draws the penalty. That hook right on the waist right there, and Crosby, maybe a little embellishment, maybe not, but the young kid's smart enough to realize the stick is on his waist, and Hanzus is going to go to the box.
Well, Hanzus goes in. Let's see if the Penguins can work their way into a position here to get a shot against Niittymaki. Niittymaki has yet to be tested. Crosby on with Mark Recchi and Ziggy Palffy. The right wing, and the point men will be Lyle Odeline working the left point, and Sergei Gonchar on the right side. And Gonchar after the face-off win by the Penguins and Crosby. Down the right wing boards. Here comes Crosby. Turns it back to Gonchar. Left side. Odeline, will he shoot it? No, he holds it. Brings it in. He's got a chance. Try to feather it in front for Recchi. Can't get it to it.
I think he's got to shoot the puck there, Mike. He's in a good position there, and instead of trying to feather a path through traffic, a pass through the traffic there, just shoot it. And the other guys will react to that rebound.
And slammed up the ice by the Philadelphia Flyers.
We looked at the Flyers penalty killing numbers, 28th in the National Hockey League, but they have scored 2 shorthanded goals, so look out for that.
And that leads the league. Pass to Recchi, didn't get a whole lot of mustard on it. Flyers steal, and here comes Primo as the only goal of the game. Cut off with a pass on a nice move by Jackman, but picked up by Desjardins, who waits for Primo to get onside and shoots the puck towards the net, just missing. Palffy's headman pass. It would have been a 2-line pass in all normal situations, but it's actually called. I guess Lemieux didn't touch it, and it's called icing against the Pens.
Started that power play for the Penguins. It was a face-off situation, and the kid wasn't too happy with what was going on there before, and he just chops the stick. Watch this. He's not happy there. Watch this, Michael. You know, he wanted to get kicked out. He send a message there, right there, to the Philadelphia Flyers and number 22, Mike Knuble. He wasn't going to take that crap off the faceoff. You got any better word than crap?
At this moment, Bobby, I do not.
Well, they're still looking for that first shot at net, the Penguins are.
Lemieux comes after Pitkanen now as he steps over that way. Joni Pitkanen. And he's looking to get involved here in any way.
Well, he is, Mike. I watched the Leafs play the other night, and Pitkanen was right in the face of Eric Lindros the whole night. And the same situation that just occurred in the corner there happened exactly in Toronto. Now, Pitkanen will give you that extra shove. The exact same thing happened. And don't be surprised. Kenny Hitchcock, he's a good coach in this National Hockey League, and he's got Pitkanen playing a little tougher, and Pitkanen can with his 6'5" guys beside him.
Lemieux runs into Primo, and Primo looks to the referee. Nothing called. The Penguins have to storm all the way back into their own end to grab the puck.
They woke him up, Mikey. They've woke up 66.
Jackman now to Dick Tarnstrom. On to Jackman to the right side. LeClaire couldn't quite handle the pass. Flyers will take it. They can't clear it out. Wyatt Malone spots Lemieux open. Mario on the left wing board. 5-on-4 right now for the Penguins in the power play. 13 to go. Shot by Tarstrom, blocked, picked up by Lemieux, fakes a shot. Stuff it to Tarstrom, right side to Jackman, no lane to shoot. Goes to Tarstrom, center point, back to Lemieux. Time running out, 1 second to go. Gotta hurry in and get the shot off. Tarstrom in front for LeClaire. LeClaire to Lemieux, his shot, Niittymaki makes a save. Lemieux trying to feed it in front. Can't do it. Pitkanen's all over him. Remember, in front of Malone. Big save, Niittymaki. Oh, what a save. Oh, Ryan Malone from 10 feet away had a great chance to tie the game. It did not happen.
Introducing the new fresh toasted chicken Parmesan sandwich from Subway restaurants. Tender chicken, zesty marinara sauce, melted cheese on toasted freshly baked bread. The new fresh toasted chicken Parmesan sandwich. Molto delicioso. Subway. Eat fresh.
Joe, you're glad we got the Durango, right?
Of course.
And you liked all the money we saved when we bought it, right?
Got us a bigger boat.
Oh, and how about the Hemi engine and the DVD player and the hands-free cell? Then why won't you use the navigation system?
I'm not lost.
Dodge Durango.
This is starting to look familiar.
It's a lot of great stuff for a great price. Get the Dodge Advantage, including $5,000 cash allowance or 0% financing for 60 months on Durango.
I'm Jimmy Crennan of the DB Morning Show.
And I'm Trina Kuznerek of FSN Pittsburgh.
Join Trenny and I for my inaugural paper football tournament at Permanent Brother Restaurants.
Proceeds will benefit the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
Log on to db.com or call 412-321-4422.
We'll see you there.
The Pride Fighting Championships are on FSN, featuring Quentin Jackson, Fedor Emelianenko, and Ken Shamrock.
Is taking over.
The Pride Fighting Championships, Sunday on FSN.
Introducing the new fresh toasted chicken Parmesan sandwich from Subway restaurants. Tender chicken, zesty marinara sauce, melted cheese on toasted freshly baked bread. The new fresh toasted chicken Parmesan sandwich. Molto delicioso. Subway, eat fresh.
All right, back to play. The Penguins with an opportunity moments earlier here to try and tie the game at Ryan Malone, denied by Antero. Netamaki, and his first big save of the night. Recchi of the Pens taps it over to Oline, and here come the Penguins with Crosby trying to connect to Palffy, and he can't do it. Forsberg cuts that inside move. Back around behind the net. Forsberg, who has averaged 1.28 points in his career. He and Yager were among the leaders in the league in that category for a long time. Yager checks in now in his career at 1.27, I'm told. And Lemieux, with the Pens, in case you're wondering, has dropped from 2 points a game to 1.91.
1.91. Yeah. A paltry 1.91.
Yeah. Lifted again back behind the Flyers net.
How about that move the kid just put on Kim Johnson, Mike? That was an incredible move.
Savage trying to be the first man there, but the Flyers do get to the puck. Just behind the net, looking to center. Do a good job of slowing the attack down. Richards so quick, gets to the biscuit again to Hansus, who turns on a dime. Try to pull the trigger, and the Penguins block it. Back behind the goal one more time. Oh, I like the way Richards used his body there to fend off a check. And just did a good job to get free. Hansus, boy, the Flyers working very feverishly down low in the Penguin zone.
Great cycle here. And the longer they're there, the penalty's going to be called eventually.
It was a shot by Desjardins. That was blocked. Picked up here by Seidenberg. And the Flyers keep it in. Richards with a rink-wide pass. Desjardins, who will shoot from anywhere, does again. Blocked by Orpik. They get it again. Hansus with a drive. That's stopped by Marc-Andre Fleury. Penguins can't get out of their own end. Talbot, Andre Waugh.
Oh, and look out, the Flyers got new personnel, yeah. Mike, and the puck's still here.
Waugh finally got off. The Penguins get a new man on, and Murley. And Matt Murley is going to take the puck and ice it. And remember now, the players that are on the ice right now can't get off. Orpik tried to get off. Let's see if they're going to make him go back. Remember that line, and people were out forever. It's an icing call, and let's see who they're going to bring out. They let Orpik get back in the bench. I'm surprised there.
They let Orpik get back on the bench. The start of that shift, Mike, right? The line of Crosby.
Oh, Penn's got it.
That was an incredible move on Kim Johnson. And then the Flyers come out, cycle the puck for a minute straight in the Penguin zone. They did get a break. And like you said, Orpik not supposed to be allowed to change on an icing call like that. The players on the ice for the defensive team are supposed to stay out, but Orpik allowed to go to the bench.
Now here's what you try and do, and that's what Orpik did, is go as fast as you can. Because then they don't really pay attention until they turn around. Another penalty coming up. It's against the Penguins on a delayed call. And they get Primo on here as the extra attacker. Near side, in front. Stevenson centers it. And the Flyers, Darian Hatcher can't finish the play. Penguins need to get possession, and Leclerc will.
Now, it was only a matter of time. The ice tilted a little bit in the Flyers' favor right now. And the Penguins are going to go to the box. Gonchar pleading his case as he follows Dvorsky to the box.
Pittsburgh penalty number 55, 2 minutes.
Flyer power play, as you saw the numbers earlier, ranked 30th in the league out of 30 teams, but it is a little early. They went 1 for 1 tonight, though.
Gonchar just trying to work, trying to keep his body between the man in the net in the corner who receives the penalty. They're just putting his hand on the waist. They call a hook penalty there. Well, the Flyers, they'll try to set up Big Ratchie for a one-timer if they work it from the left side of the power play.
Well, picking it around to the right wing, and it goes to 6'5" Mike Ratchie. Forsberg handles it. The quarterback on that right side in the Penguin zone. The Flyers work diligently on their power play all week long. And the shot up the side of the net. Next week they'll have a 3-day stint at the. Are we going to say that?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Okay.
Team bonding.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. West Point?
Yeah, West Point. 3 days.
3 days. Army training?
I would think they'll probably see a little of that.
Are they staying over in the barracks?
They're going to be there 3 days. I don't think they're going to be at the Ritz there in West Point. Here's the long pass over to John Sim. It'd be nice to get used to a cot. Those guys have some tough conditions to live under. In the right side, a blast. Fleury makes the save. Off his glove. Coming around here to the near wing. Boy, Primo's flying now. Another penalty coming up against Pittsburgh. Down low, turning shot by Richards, and that's a stop. Another penalty. It's going to go against the Flyers. So they're going to cancel each other out. That's a break for the Penguins. They were going to be penalized and be 2 men short, but the Flyers in the same play with a delayed call take one themselves.
No, Jeff Carter couldn't help himself there, trying to reach out for the puck, and he'll go off for the Flyers, and it looks like it'll be Orpik for the Penguins.
You don't see this happen too often. This is a rarity in hockey. It doesn't happen too often.
No. And right there, you just see the stick of Carter get caught up, and Rick Jackman, and he goes down.
And Carter for tripping. I didn't get the penalty against Orpik.
Slash, he got a slash, and
okay.
Tell you, it's an exciting hockey game, Mike.
So what you have is a minors to both men. Things will not change here. We'll still see the Flyers on the power play for 33 seconds.
Well, Fleury's been tough here, holding this to a 1-0 Flyers game.
Did you see that? How fast they dropped the puck? They aren't waiting for players. They tried to make a change, and player was skating in. Knuble. He wasn't even set, and they dropped the puck. Fata and Talbot, the penalty killers for Coach Eddie Olczyk. Penguins were surviving a pretty good onslaught right now. The Flyers are throwing at them. They're down by 1. Gagne stretching out with that head held high. He skates with the puck. Over to Peter Forsberg. Pressured by Talbot. 1-on-1. And the centering pass intercepted by Oderline. Good pass ahead softly to Talbot. He makes the wise choice. Pulls up. Shoots the puck in. Penalty will expire. Penguins have killed it.
That was an incredible play by Lemieux, using the open ice in the center of the ice in your own zone. Found Oderline to get it down, and that's telepathy you have to have between yourself and your teammate. 2 veteran players there, Lemieux and Oderline, hooking up to get the puck down the ice.
Flyers again start the motor. Richards with a backhand pass to the right side. Darian Hatcher. And both you and I thought that Hatcher might have a little tough time here adjusting to the new rules, but be quite fair about it, at least in the early going. It hasn't really affected him too much. Lead pass. Savage gets over, and Fleury beats him with a move across the net. And the outlet pass to the flying Koltsov, but he's not going to be able to take the biscuit. Savage quickly into the right wing corner of the Penguins in. 1-0 Philadelphia. Primo, who has dominated here against the Penguins in this first period, and what else is new?
Always a tremendous forechecker, Keith Primo.
Seems to save his best game for the Pens.
What a playoff he had 2 years ago. He was close to winning that Conn Smythe. This team had got through.
Bashir trying to bowl over Gonchar. Here down the left wing come the Flyers. Radibojevic going for the puck. Marko Radibojevic, who started his career with Phoenix. And Crosby's going to take that puck and just bang it back to center, and they hit him again as Bashir rammed the body into Crosby.
Well, you see Crosby look back at Dvorsky looking for a penalty there. And let's see if there's any repercussions for Bashir from one of the Penguins.
Bashir comes over. Crosby gives him a little bump back as they collide.
Well, Eddie Olczyk wants his big boys to go after the stars of the Flyers and not go after Bashir. Let's see what happens, Mike.
And puck lifted into the seats, and will return in just a moment.
already. I got a very...
Barb's a natural morning person. For me, morning's about as natural as my hair color.
Do you scrapbook?
No, but I found a way to get through.
Oh, McDonald's. I could really use some coffee.
Decaf, I hope.
Get going with McDonald's. From McGriddles, McMuffin sandwiches, to delicious breakfast platters, no one has more breakfast choices.
Have a great day. And you have a great day, too.
Well, we got a meeting of 87s here, Brashear and Crosby. This is the second meeting in this shift. Crosby wanting to get back at Donald Brashear, and he's going to give him some lip service going back to the bench here. And I'll tell you, this kid is a competitor, Mike. Doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter how big they are. He's gonna battle back.
Well, a shot to the net. Netamaki makes the save. Sidney Crosby, as we mentioned, has scored in 4 straight games. You say, what's the record for the most consecutive games scored in for a rookie's first-round pick?
Think about that.
I haven't thought about it. Maybe he'd be able to show you something. Rico Fata. Tomorrow night, the Tampa Bay Lightning in town. Defending Stanley Cup champions will be at the Mellon Arena in Pittsburgh tonight, waiting for the Pens. Getty told me today the Penguins have 4 or 5 games this year where they come home off situations where they play the night before and then are at home the next day against teams. Tough tour coming up tomorrow, but first they got to get through this one in an effort to try and tie the game. Behind the net, John LeClair and the Flyers in.
Good job by the Penguins puck management in the offensive zone.
This is Matt Murley, centers and right by the stick of John LeClair.
Did you see the work by the goaltender helping the cause that we're using his stick to prevent that pass from coming out to Big Johnny?
Netamaki has not lost an NHL game.
Simple plays like that. You help yourself up right there, just using the stick.
Penguins return to their own end. Andre Waugh, former Lightning player. Down the ice it goes. Picked up here. Now the Flyers, Darian Hatcher. Here's an outlet pass to the near side to Peter Forsberg. Cutting across.
Listen to the crowd after that pass, Mike. The drones. Like, what a pass.
Left point. Hatcher to the right side and onto the net. And Fleury with Knuble in front. Grabs the puck.
Amplified energy. Devastating hits. Captivating moves. And bigger things are lurking. You know the feeling. Encounter the experience. Join the X-Force October 25th for UPMC Penguins Team Calendar Night when the Penguins take on the Florida Panthers.
The new, intimidating Mitsubishi Raider. Available 230 horse V8 and the most towing capacity in its class. Mitsubishi, driven to thrill.
Jim Crenn and Randy Bauman. Mornings on 102.5 DVE.
Go to Priceline now for the best deals on hotels. Name your own price for 3- and 4-star hotels and save up to $100 a night off other leading travel sites every night you stay. Brilliant. Only at the new Priceline.
The New Jersey Devils come to town next Thursday, the 20th, to battle the Penguins. Good seats still remain, so don't miss the rematch of the season opener. Order your tickets online at PittsburghPenguins.com.
Heavy blast broken up on the way to the net. You want to see a really exciting young player? Come and see New Jersey play on Thursday and see Brian Giambi. This young guy, the new rules it's made for him, and Not that he hasn't really played well for the Devils, he has, but at 5'5" and maybe stretching that, this young guy is really exciting and fun to watch. Here's Gonchar under the net, and that's going to be stopped by Netamaki, who's been perfect so far.
Well, they got a lot of small players that are pretty exciting. Scott Gomez, Zach Parise, Brian Rafalski, all players that are under that 6-foot mark, maybe under 5'10", Mike, that are really dominant. And that Devil lineup, it's a lineup you look at that you think they're going to have some problems, but got off to a pretty good start, and their goaltender's not too bad either.
And our congratulations while we're at it to the Lightning for winning the Stanley Cup. You know, it's kind of funny because usually you have that whole year to bask in it when you play. Well, the off year and the lockout, they're not going to get that. People just basically tend to forget, and I'm not meaning that they will forget, but it's not the same when you go around the rinks. It's a year removed, and people just want to see hockey again. And you earned it, guys. Believe me, you earned a chance to bask in the glory for that year. So we appreciate it, having gone through it. Both Bob and I have experienced it. It's a job well done and a hard thing to accomplish. Congratulations. Yep. Here to the left side comes Gagne. Drop pass to Forsberg. He'll turn. Looking to give the puck to Pitkanen. Will. Gagne in front. Loose puck. Who's going to get it? Fleury trying to hold on to it. It's knocked in by the Flyers as it came off Fleury. And the Flyers cash in again.
Well, Mike, I would have called goaltender interference here. I know that there was a stick. Crosby's stick was in the back of Forsberg, but Forsberg knew the puck was under the pads of Fleury, and he continued his forward motion, just bowled over the goaltender, Marc-Andre Fleury. The puck laid there, and the goal is going to count. It's going to stand here. Let's take a look at what Fleury's got to see.
Knuble was the man in front.
Yep, and then Forsberg's going to go there, and he's going to go right into the goaltender. Look at that. Right into him, right over top. Yeah, they're going to say he got pushed in.
I think Pitkanen got the loose puck and came back out.
Yep, it was Pitkanen to put the puck in, and Forsberg's already in the cage over top of Fleury. He can't move or react, and Pitkanen's got his first of the season, and Fleury is not too happy. And the goaltenders, that's why we put up that graphic about injured goaltenders. They're barking right now because players are getting free rein, going to the net. Their equipment's a little smaller. They're feeling like they're not being protected by some of these new rules, and right there, a good example of it, in my opinion. They're going to see if the net was removed. The net was off its moorings before the puck went in. And there's Forsberg, gets between the kid and the net. The net's still on its moorings. The goal's going to count. I believe that's what they're looking at, Mike. But you can't be happy if you're the Pittsburgh Penguins right now. And Crosby not happy. Not because he was scored against, but just the situation. He realizes that he, you know, Forsberg went in there, Mike, and he wasn't going to stop regardless of whether he knocked him on the back or not. And Eddie Olczyk might be thinking, you know, if there wasn't 3:25 left in the first period, he might be thinking of a timeout right now.
Well, here's what I might be thinking. If that's the way they're going to call the game, then you do the same thing.
Mike, you know what's going to happen right now? This game has got physical on the ice. There's been some barking between Lemieux, Brashear, Primo. I think there's going to be a scrap here before the soon.
Back around the net. Another penalty coming up here. It's a holding call. No line's going to get the gate. And the Flyers will try and pour it on right now. And rightly so. When you're in this position.
Well, how many times we saw the Penguins blow a 6-4 lead at home on home ice against the Boston Bruins. And with all the penalties being called, you have to keep putting the hammer down. And you see right there another example of the Flyer might getting in between the defenseman and the net. A second example of, we showed Forsberg getting in between the defensive player and the net, and right there another penalty on Odelin.
Positioning is everything right now as far as hockey's concerned, and we saw that. We talked about Rafalski, and we saw a tremendous job by him and his ability to skate and stay inside the man, keep him away from the net.
And I remember the example.
It's like position in basketball. Yeah. It really is.
Live to fight another day. Take the center of the ice away.
This is Hansus. Little pass over to Desjardins. Desjardins and in front trying to deflect it with Savvy. 2-0 Philadelphia. Another power play chance, and they work the puck in the Penguin zone. Early and Talbot trying to kill the penalty up front. Orpik and Gonchar on the backside. Look at this skating here. Janssen.
You got to be careful if you're the Penguins and not taking another penalty, Mike, because the referees, they don't mind putting you two men down now.
Johnson skating 26 minutes a game for this Flyers team. He is by far their lead man. And we'll wait and see if that changes at all with Darian Hatcher on the scene. Rip behind Fleury, who helps his own cause around the boards and right by an oncoming Rathje. After the puck is Recchi, might have a chance going to the net as Rico Fata, but he can't quite make the pass. Oh, it's a nice play by Pikkinen to come back and cover. Really was. Joni Pikkinen, he's got good wheels. And he pulls up, softly sends the puck into the zone with 35 to go on the penalty.
You see what Eddie Olczyk doing, putting the offensive Mark Recchi out there, maybe trying to get a shorthanded marker.
Gagne comes untouched and shoots the puck wide of the goal. From behind the net, Peter Forsberg. Melikar in the body and be able to hit him when he's got the puck and take a piece out, working up, and he protects the puck beautifully to Forsberg. To the left side to Pikkinen. Cross rink pass to Forsberg. 2-0 Philly.
Forsberg maybe the best in the old system, Mike. How's he going to make out in this new system controlling the biscuit?
Gagne. 1, 2, 3. Finally, Melikar comes to the aid of Marc-Andre Fleury. And it is a little different, folks, because defensemen in normal situations, you would say you've got to clear him out. You've got to come after him. But if he's away from the puck after he makes his play, you only have a brief amount of time, and it's just a finite line. If you hit him, you may be going to the box immediately.
And you made a great point. You make a great point if he's away from the puck. But if he's still, the puck is still there, and he's whacking your goalie 4 times, please get him out of there. Please get him out. And that's how the Penguins lost the game the other night against the Buffalo Sabres, Mike. The same play as the puck was being jammed in on the goal line against Marc-Andre Fleury.
And I do think the referees will allow that. I do think they'll give them.
If they see the puck visible, they're going to let them
somebody's
stop.
whacking away at the puck and they're trying to hit it. They'll give them that room, I think, to move a player.
Brashear's out here for the Philadelphia Flyers. Big Primo on the off wing. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, they had a second to the clock here. Radovojevic will handle the faceoff. And the matchup goes Malone against this Flyer winger. Flyers have new uniforms, and I'm not so sold on them. I like the old Flyer orange and black, but they've come up with the new wrinkles. They're wearing them here. These are a little more difficult to read.
Well, we're getting close to Halloween, Mike.
Could be. Keith Primo, Donald Brashear. Radovojevic can't make the play. Now he gets the puck away from Ryan Malone. To Brashear. Look at that heavy snapshot by Brashear. Well, he's a strong man.
Nobody said he didn't have offensive skills. He certainly does.
Pulls up in front of the Penguin bench. Little drop pass. Karam's into the Philadelphia zone. 27 seconds to go. Well, Danny Potash will be on board here during this intermission. A trip back to the FSN studios too. And you'll want to stay tuned. Right now, Pittsburgh trailing 2-0. Looking for some late magic. Alfie to Crosby behind the net. Centers it. And the oncoming Leclerc, but Crosby gets it again. Over to the right side to Jackman. 4 seconds to go. Score! The Penguins do get a goal late. And it's Palffy, I think, who got the stick down at the last second to drive it in. And the Penguins make it 2-1. Oh. Let's go hunt moose on a Harley. Ziggy Palffy.
2.5. It's a good thing they put that extra second back on the clock. Who knows?
Magic.
Who knows? But I'll tell you right now, 87 picked up an assist on this play, and he was tremendous the whole shift, the final shift for the Penguins in the first period, distributing the puck to Jackman. It changed directions, went off a flyer.
Or did it?
It went off a flyer that was trying to block the Jackman shot, and we'll see if Leclerc gets credit as he was standing in front of the goaltender.
You know what? I looked at that. It looked to me like Leclerc may have got a stick down on it.
Well, no. Start of the second.
Yes, we will. All right. Sidney Crosby will get an assist on the goal. And right now, the Flyers have a 2-1 lead.
Grilling. Good call. You mean steak? You rock. Hey.
Hey, Grill Master.
I don't have a grill.
Introducing Taco Bell's new Steak or Chicken Nachos Bel Grande. Grilled authentic carne asada steak or marinated all white meat chicken give Nachos Bel Grande that great flavor of the grill.
Wait, this. Hey, what's up?
For grilled taste that really draws a crowd, think outside the bun.
This is it.
Clearance time at your Toyota dealer continues with great deals on remaining 05s. Save on 271 horsepower V8 Tundras, all capable of around 450 highway miles per tank full. Now with first time ever $3,000 cash back from Toyota. Pick a rugged 05 V8 4Runner that gets around 400 highway miles per tank full with $3,000 cash back. Don't miss this Toyota clearance event.
This is it.
Toyota. Now that's moving you forward.
This is it.
No need to check airlines from outside of Pittsburgh anymore. At Pittsburgh International Airport, all the new airlines add up to better airfares. Go to flypittsburgh.com and click on Fare Saver to book your next flight. Great fares, great airlines, great airport.
After the game on Pittsburgh Sports Tonight, former Penn Bryant Trottier joins us with analysis on tonight's game. Plus the latest on the injured Steelers quarterbacks and former Pirate coaches are on the move. That and more after the game on PST.
At Geico.com, you can handle all your car insurance needs online. It's so easy, a caveman could do it.
Seriously, we apologize. We had no idea you guys were still around.
Yeah, next time maybe do a little research.
Gentlemen, are we ready to order?
I'll have the roast duck with the mango salsa.
I don't have much of an appetite, thank you.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Well, Ms. Clark, it looks like you are going to need physical therapy, and I would like to recommend a facility.
All physical therapy is not the same.
You know, Doctor, I'd like to use Panther Physical Therapy.
You have the freedom to choose your physical therapist. Tom Niggle, Sean Collins, Josh Lenthal, Vicky English, Jay Lemke, Paula Dolgos. Panther Physical Therapy. If you're not getting therapy from Panther, you're not getting the best physical therapy available.
Hi, I'm Sidney Crosby. You're watching FSN Pittsburgh, where the Penguins fans come first.
Pittsburgh Penguins hockey on FSN Pittsburgh is brought to you by Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO.
Welcome back to Philadelphia, where the Flyers lead the Penguins by a score of 2-1. I'm joined by Matt Murley, and let's start with the goal that Keith Primo got first. I know you were on the penalty killing unit at that time. Keith scored a lot of power play goals. What happened on that one?
You know, we lost the face-off, and then the puck went back to the point. They got a lucky bounce hit when hit one of our Ds, right on Primo's stick, and he found the net. But you know, that gave him the momentum the first half of that period. But that late goal there for us swings the momentum in our way, and we should have a good second period.
As you said, the momentum, shots on goal for them, quite a few in that first period. Frustrating because you guys worked on defense so much over the last few days?
Yeah, it's tough, but I mean, a lot of the shots came on the power plays they had, so you know, we can't really complain about that. We've done well. You know, it's a huge goal we just scored, so it looks good for us in the next period.
Go get him in the second period.
All right, thanks a lot.
Once again, the Penguins trail it by a score of 2-1. We need to step away for a break, but a studio update is coming up next. You're watching Penguins hockey on FSN Pittsburgh.
Amplified energy. Devastating hits. Captivating moves. And bigger things are lurking. You know the feeling. Encounter the experience. Capture defining moments, relive storied games, reflect on greatness with the Classic Penguins DVD series. Disc 1 premieres November 10th.
It's the Dodge Model Year-End Clearance. Your last chance to grab an 05 with the Dodge Advantage. We've still got a lot of 05s, but not for long. Save on the Hemi-powered Ram, the all-new Dakota with best-in-class interior room, and Durango with a 5-star frontal crash test rating. Now get the Dodge Advantage, including up to $5,500 combined cash allowance or 0% financing for 60 months. See your Dodge dealer today or visit Dodge.com. Hurry, because once the Dodge you want is gone, it's gone.
Here's another material handling solution from Equipco, confined area forklifts. Hi, I'm Carl Swanson of Equipco. In today's economy, we have to reduce costs, increase productivity, and handle material more efficiently. Confined area forklifts from Equipco expand usable warehouse space or reduce the amount of warehouse space you need. That saves your company money. And that's what Equipco Material Handling Solutions is all about. Call Equipco at 412-221-2800.
Injured in an accident? Remember, in my law firm, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
For a free consultation, call Edgar Snyder & Associates, 1-800-94-EDGAR.
When you're looking for a diamond engagement ring, you need a jeweler who knows diamonds. Allen Jewelers' experienced GIA graduates can answer all your questions. We'll show you our diamond inventory so you know what we have and what it costs. Choose the diamond you want, and our skilled in-house diamond setters and jewelers will finish your ring. Allen Jewelers offers appraisals and no-interest financing options on purchases over $500. Future cleaning and prong checking are free.
Allen Jewelers in Beaver and Chippewa.
Good evening, I'm Brad Stover. We'll get you back out to the Wachovia Center in just a moment, but first this Pittsburgh Sports Night intermission update. It's still undetermined whether Ben Roethlisberger will start Sunday versus the Jags, while most teams would be in panic mode without their starter. The Steelers are not. With Tommy Maddox and Charlie Batch available, depth at QB is the Steelers' luxury.
I think they're pretty comfortable with all three guys that we have here, and so obviously Ben's playing great and doing a lot of things to help win football games. So if he can't go, we'll have to step up. But we'll just wait and see. I think we're all ready, all chomping at the bit and ready to go.
Jacksonville defensive end Paul Spicer will be with the Jags when they play this Sunday at Heinz Field, but his mind may be elsewhere. After he left the team yesterday, when his brother was shot to death in Indianapolis, he was found dead in his car after suffering multiple gunshot wounds. On to the college game, Pitt hosts South Florida Saturday, and a key to the game could be Pitt's D-line matching up with the Bulls' O-line. South Florida has given up only 5 sacks total on the season, while Pitt picked up 4 just last week against Cincinnati.
That's a trend we hope to continue, and I'm saying that we need that. I mean, the guys that we got a hell of a secondary with Darrell and Josh, so they're gonna buy us time. So we just gotta find a way to get after it. We're finally feeling a little healthy, getting a little better week by week. So that's something we hope to continue getting pressure after guys with just the 4 down linemen.
Coming up tonight after the game on Busch Light Pittsburgh Sports Night, Brian Trottier is in studio with Pat Paris and myself. He will provide analysis as we break down the Pens and much, much more. We're going to have locker room reaction from Philadelphia and the Penguins in Penn State. And WVU get ready for big matchups this weekend in college football. The second period coming up right after this. Stay with us on FSN Pittsburgh.
Must be 18 or older. Carrier or long-distance charges may apply.
Welcome to Lavalife by Phone, the party where singles mingle, get to know each other, and talk live. Let's see who's on the line. There's Kim. She's a flight attendant who's always meeting new people. And James. He's usually shy, unless you ask him about cooking. There's Brad, a firefighter. He's met so many people on Lavalife that he's invited his friends. Call Lavalife by phone now. Meet people interested in dating, relationships, or more. It's free to call. You can hear profiles, send messages, or talk live. On Lavalife, you can find exactly what you want. And for Claire, it's Scott. So call right now. Lavalife by phone, where singles click.
Fixed-rate home equity loans from Fidelity Bank as low as 4.49% APR for all the little reasons in your life. Whether you need financing for education, debt consolidation, home remodeling, or extra cash to satisfy the kid in you, Fidelity Bank can provide you with low rates, flexible terms, and personalized service. Take advantage today before rates go up. Apply online or call 1-800-242-2500. Fidelity Bank, for all the little reasons in your life.
Different tastes, different personalities, same insurance company. At Geico, we insure all types of riders.
Yeah? Hey, Dad. Mom says you better be home for dinner.
Okay, buddy.
Come on, Tiger. Suit up.
Yeah, Dad. Let's get you home before Din Din.
Geico. One call could save you money on your motorcycle insurance, too.
I'm Pat Parrish. You're watching FSN Pittsburgh, where Pittsburgh fans come first.
And we welcome you back to Philadelphia, the Wachovia Center, where the Penguins right now trail the Flyers 2-1. But they got a late goal in that period to pull within a goal, and it was a huge goal for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Pretty good hockey game, and the Flyers really came out storming.
Well, they did storm, Mike. They stormed early. They were up 8-2 early in the shots, and it was led by Keith Primo, the captain of the Philadelphia Flyers. He first won a big face-off for them on a power play. And what happens when you win faceoffs? It leads to goals. Primo wins the faceoff back. He goes to the net. Nobody takes him. And he, with the long reach, puts it around Marc-Andre Fleury to get the Flyers and Primo on the board this season. The Flyers weren't done. Watch them storm the net. Forsberg bowled over the goaltender, Marc-Andre Fleury. And right there, Pickinen puts a loose puck into the cage. But with 2 seconds left in the game, or the first period, excuse me, big Johnny Leclerc, the tripod in front of that. Look at that deflection against Darian Hatcher. Not many players would have been able to get that stick over. Johnny Leclerc did a tremendous job to get the Penguins back into it.
Well, the Flyers out shooting Pittsburgh 13-5. You can see the scoring chances. Flyers had the better of that. And the faceoffs, they won more than they lost. But the Penguins do get a late goal, and that can change the complexion of a hockey game. And we'll find out if it will as we get ready for second period action. John Leclerc has scored for the Pens.
Enter the pre-owned zone for the used car you want at the price you want.
I'm Mike McWilliams, and we doubled the selection of the pre-owned zone with Pittsburgh East Nissan and West Hills Nissan.
You're now just minutes from Pittsburgh's best source for used cars and trucks.
So forget about your credit problems and talk to the credit construction crew. Double the selection, double the value.
West Hills Nissan, top of the runway, Moon Township. Call 262-9020.
And the all-new Pittsburgh East Nissan, Business 22, Wilkins Township in Rowville.
That's 824-9020.
Introducing Trib Total Media. We're more than daily and weekly newspapers. We're also radio, websites, magazines, penny savers, and television. So whatever you want, you can get it from us. Trib Total Media. We deliver newspapers and more.
Hurt in an accident? Need injury help fast? Just remember, one click, that quick. EdgarSnyder.com for a free online legal consultation.
A 210 horsepower PowerTech V6, 2 available 4-wheel drive systems, 5,000-pound towing capacity, and one feature that really attracts attention. The new 2005 Jeep Liberty. Now get a 2005 Liberty with a $3,000 cash allowance or 0% financing plus a $1,500 cash allowance.
Share your thoughts on the Steelers with the experts. Join Rob King along with Tunch and Wolf as they take your calls. It's FSN Live, On the Line, Steelers Edition, presented by Bilco Motors. Sunday night at 10:30, only on FSN Pittsburgh.
Learn the art of poker from the masters. Howard Lederer and the world's top players teach you how to call, raise, and bluff your way with the best. FullTiltPoker.net presents Learn from the Pros, Sunday on FSN.
Penguins hockey on FSN Pittsburgh is brought to you by BMW. Test drive a certified pre-owned BMW. Only available at your authorized BMW center. And by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns.
Welcome back to Philadelphia, where the Flyers lead the Penguins by a score of 2-1 as we get ready to start the second period. And if you ever wonder what a goaltender coach does, we're about to find out. Shane Clifford, you were hired as a full-time goaltender coach with the Penguins. They've had coaches before, but no one who's been full-time until now. So what exactly do you do?
Well, that's a secret. But the main thing we do is just technical stuff. Like goaltending is almost a game in the game amongst itself because we do nothing like the other players do. Obviously, our equipment's different. So, you know, like when a shot comes, we're basically trying to make sure the goalie gets beat by something that just happened too quick that he can't respond to. So we don't really want like pucks going through his body or making sure he's got good depth or just kind of checking everything out as far as, you know, technique goes.
And you were working with Marc-Andre Fleury earlier this morning. What did you tell him just hours before tonight's start?
That's actually Tebow there.
Oh, my bad. Tebow, okay.
We're talking about like when you get a pad near, your body's kind of leaning away from the puck. So we want to use body. Like people think like when they shoot the puck, you just see where it's going and stop it, right? Well, I wish it was that easy. But a lot of times they shoot the puck so hard it's either going to hit you or going to net. So we're just talking about blocking right there, and that's where you establish a position where the puck has to hit that position before it can enter the net.
All right, well, keep up the good work, and thanks for the time.
Awesome, thank you very much.
You know, it was the mask thing. I couldn't tell. Let's send it back over to Mike and Bob. Guys?
Well,
I wonder what he tells the goaltender to do when a guy jumps on top of you. I don't know if there's a move or a technique for that, but that's what happened on the Flyers' second goal. But Johnny Leclerc made it a 2-1 late.
The Flyers moving left to right, and they'll rush back here as Brian Savvy takes command of the puck. Crowded booth there.
It's busy up there with Danny around, but doing a good job.
Yes, he did.
Good to see Danny on the road.
I think we'll have our whole crew from FSN Pittsburgh eventually along. Trini will join us, and along the way, maybe somebody else, maybe some surprises, Robert.
You never know, Mike. You never know. Let's see if any of that ill will is going to boil over to this second period, Mike. There was a lot of yapping going on the ice there in the first.
There's a setup here and a hard blast by Simon Gagne that misses the target. Sergei Palpe. Palpe up to Crosby, try to feed it. Oh, just behind Pitkanen, but he couldn't quite accomplish it. Back comes Forsberg on the counter. Be careful. Knuble. Oh, he misplayed the puck, or he'd had a great chance to score there. Forsberg behind the net. Wheelan deal. Oh, put it right on the table. There's just nobody there to have dinner. Forsberg again. Got Gagne. Slapper. Save made. Fleury off his left pad. And Forsberg doing what Forsberg does best. Gagne back to Peter Forsberg. To Gagne. Open net. Score. 3-1 Philadelphia. Sir Peter.
Well, did you say give and go? I think you did. Over and back. The give and go play, one of the simplest plays in any sport. Basketball or hockey, works almost every time, especially on a 3-on-2. As they go high to Forsberg, distributes the puck over to Gagne, and it's in the cage. And what you have to watch for here is the passing right here on the stick. A left-handed shot, Gagne. His stick is going to be able to open up. He's got great ability here. As Crosby not too happy, but Gagne's a left-hand shot coming down the right side. He can one-time that pass, basically swept it into the open cage, and Fleury could not move that far across. There's no way.
And not with a pass that was there, placed perfectly to him. Yep. And let's give Gagne some credit, because there are some players in the league that aren't really able to take that pass continually, and it was bouncing a little bit, but he is very talented.
I agree, Mike. That pass that he got from Gagne wasn't that good. It was behind him, but he took it and put it right back onto the tape of Gagne.
Yeah.
5-4 for Simon Gagne.
Well, Bobby, a lot of people could score goals being set up like that. There isn't any question about it. So Gagne converts, and it's 3-1 Philadelphia. Forsberg certainly looks to be mid-season form to me. The way he's dishing the puck and working. You know, I go back to that goal and saw the replay of it too. And Forsberg, so good, such a veteran, cagey guy. He knew Crosby was there. He knew somebody was with him, and he just kind of leaned into the goaltender because he knew that he had a real chance to get away with it, and he did. I mean, he just steps into him. And you're famous for that, you know. You know that little touch, if you will, around the net. Yeah. You know when you can go and when you can't. You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Face off and the Flyers in. Darian Hatcher. 3-1 Philadelphia.
Well, Roy's trying to get it going. Brashear right now. There's a battle going on. Brashear doesn't want any part of it.
Darian Hatcher. And that flip shot to the net, gloved by Fleury. And
there goes Roy.
Roy being turned around now.
You've got to be careful here. Brashear is not going to entertain this dance. He's a smart player. He's a smart player. Brashear. I mean, everybody wants to go after Brashear, but Eddie Olczyk wants Roy to go after Peter Forsberg, to go after Simon Gagne, and see how Brashear reacts to that. He's not going to entertain this one right now, Mike, but if you go after the star player on the Flyers, then he will. And then he will initiate something. But you got to be smart here. You don't want to get down another goal. Shot 16-5 for the Flyers.
Jeff Carter, good face-off man, wins the draw. Desjardins towards the net. And pushed around the board. Back to the goal it goes, and Fleury spots it, gloves it, and has it again in that big pause.
Now Eddie Olczyk's got to be thinking to himself, I know it's a big game. I know we had to come out with a good start, but the penalties once again took the Penguins out of a flow in the first period. And they need something to give him a jump start right now. That's why he's got his big boys out there trying to get something going, just to try to create some energy in the Penguins. They had several days off, Mike. There's no excuse not to have any hop in your legs right now.
Wristed back behind the Flyer goal. Desjardins with Seidenberg on defense right now. The left wing to Turner Stevenson. Stevenson in front right there, and they can't finish the play. Carter will try, and Fleury got himself back up and made the save on Jeff Carter.
And Carter just gave Malone a little bit of a shot in front of the net here, Mike, but he got a stick once on a deflection. Right pad save by Fleury. Tremendous save, and then a second opportunity. 6'3". That's how big Jeff Carter is, and he certainly is tough in front of that cage. Only a kid. You can see why the Flyers are so high on Carter and Richards.
Lemieux won the face-off, but the Penguins unable to clear. Left point, Darian Hatcher whistles one wide to the glove hand side of Marc-Andre Fleury. Picked up by Jesus along the goal line. Richards trying to get to the net. Forgot one thing, the puck. And the Penguins beat it ahead to Ryan Malone. Now to Lemieux and off his body. Gear him into the right wing corner. 16:28 left, period number 2. 3-1 Philadelphia.
Well, I really think a premium should be put on cycling the puck up in the offensive zone. How many chances have we seen already, and penalties lead to, you know, because of a good formation, a good cycling in the offensive zone.
Darian Hatcher bounces towards the net, cleared by Gonchar. Ryan Malone trying to clear. The Flyers have it come outside the line, and then they'll knock it back in. The young players for the Philadelphia Flyers, and of course Sidney Crosby.
All member of that World Junior Championship that won the gold medal, Mike, and you see the numbers they put up there. Richards was the captain of that team. Sidney and Jeff, and you know, they talked about going for dinner last night, but Sidney said our plane's a little bit late, so we're going to have to delay that dinner.
This is Gagne rushing back into the Penguins in the Forsberg. Back to Gagne, another goal. Peter Forsberg is strutting. He is strutting the way he's ditching the puck off and controlling the game at times.
Well, the Penguins turn the puck over again in their own zone right there in the middle of the ice. You never go to the middle of the ice unless you're sure you can make the play happen. And Forsberg is going to make you pay. And once again, Mike, Gagne, his feet, where are his feet here? They're right on the goal line. Because he's a left shot, his stick's about 6 feet out, and he's still got a pretty good angle there, folks. Fleury's got to square up to Forsberg. Don't blame the goaltender here. He's got to square up with Forsberg in case he shoots the puck. Once it goes down to the goal line, once again, he's got to move. And there's going to be a timeout called by the Penguins. And let's see if they make a goaltending change, and yes, they will.
Well, they'll bring Fleury off, and I think in fairness to Fleury, I do not think you can put the blame on Fleury here in this situation. Not the way the Penguins are giving the puck away. And I mean, the shots by Gagne were both perfectly placed shots, but with speed. Amazing.
Well, nobody's going to stop those last two. And there's Gagne laying the puck. And look at him watch. He doesn't just drive to the net. He's patient. He knows he's going to get the puck back. And that's what I see between these two players. Forsberg, boy, is he patient in the offensive zone. But Gagne, once he dropped that puck, he didn't just dart to the net or put his head between his legs. He followed the puck, followed Forsberg the whole way. And I'm kind of surprised nobody went to Gagne as he went wide. Maybe had he gone to the net, he would have been confronted, Mike. That's why he went away from the traffic, found himself wide open.
No, I think we got to go back really to look and see where the Penguins have gave it up 2 times and allowed the Flyers to have that much room to work with. And he just against Forsberg and the way he's playing tonight, you can't afford to make those mistakes.
You'd never turn the puck over against good players like that. You don't go up the middle of the ice unless you're sure about it. And we got a cold goaltender here. No warm-up shots for Caron.
Sebastian Caron replacing Marc-Andre Fleury. He had one game, if I'm not mistaken, in talking to him tonight, where he played here against the Philadelphia Phantoms, and it did not work out real well for him in that game. And tonight again, he gets lifted here against the Philadelphia team. This time the Flyers. Brashear's right in front. Rob. Oh, Caron doesn't know how he made that save. He did. And Brashear doesn't know how he couldn't put it in.
Oh, he stole a fistful of dollars right there, Mike. Brashear had, how much time did Brashear have? This is the problem.
Lunch and dinner.
He has got lunch and dinner in front of the cage. I mean, he's looking between his legs for 5 seconds. There's nobody around him. He's wide open. I mean, he still gets a great opportunity. He's robbed by Caron, who puts the paddle and just in a desperation type move to get the puck. Prevent the puck from going over the goal line, Mike. But the amount of time is what I'm afraid the Penguins have to deal with here right now, and the goaltenders. I mean, that puck should have, by all rights, been in the net.
Well, Mario Lemieux, who came into this game at 60% on faceoffs, this time the Flyers win it. By far the Penguins' best faceoff man. And that's another minor adjustment the Penguins must address. Is to get better on faceoff. There isn't any question about it. There's some growing pains, and I think people got to look back on this hockey club, and at least we're in the early going, to remember where they were before the lockout, and that was last place. So it's going to be a while here as they step on board and try and make it a better team, and it will take a little time, and hopefully along the way they'll find themselves and be a better hockey club. Right now they're behind the 8 ball here in Philadelphia, down 4-1. However, in today's game, that is not an insurmountable lead, because things can change rapidly, as we've seen here in the early going.
Well, they waved this one off, Mike. One of those plays where it was a pass for Crosby. He didn't touch the puck, but they let it go.
Over the line, bouncing puck. Comes behind the net. Palpy has to let it go. He just couldn't quite keep it on his stick. And the puck played away back now to the Penguin line. Brooks Orpik, 4-1. And the Penguins got a late goal in period number 1 to make it a 2-1 contest. Leclerc credited with it. Philadelphia's Simon Gagne has scored twice. I think those are league leading numbers, aren't they, goal-wise? I think he's moved ahead of some people.
He has in goals, yes.
3 players, if I'm not mistaken, tied with 5 apiece. So Gagne has moved atop that ladder. Eric Stahl of Carolina.
How many has Ovechkin got?
He's got 5 too, I think. Those are the top goal scorers. Could take a little peek there, Bonnie. And a whistle. A penalty coming up here. And we'll be back.
More choices, better choices. The all-new Toyota Tacoma, Motor Trend's 2005 Truck of the Year, has the best resale value of any pickup. The new Tacoma is nearly 6 inches wider and a full 5.5 inches longer, with 30% more horsepower, a towing capacity up to 6,500 pounds, and the all-new composite bed that won't rust comes standard. The spacious Tacoma is clearly the leader in its class. Toyota dependability, moving you forward.
Chrysler Town & Country, with the exclusive stow-and-go seating and storage system. There when you need it, not there when you don't.
Right now, get $2,000 cash allowance on Town & Country. Hurry into your Chrysler dealer today.
Well, along with Bob Airy, the Pens here in Philadelphia, Mike Lang, and the Pens will be on a power play. Yoni Pitkanen is going to be penalized. So the Penguins send out Mario Lemieux with Mark Recchi and Ryan Malone to join that threesome up front. It'll be Dick Karstrom and Rick Jackman on the backside. And Sebastian Caron to replace Marc-Andre Fleury, who has gone to the locker room and now come back out to view the game from the bench as the Penguins rush up the right side, trying to get a tally here to get back into this contest. The Flyers working up the left wing. Here comes Primo, and he's got good speed. Comes on and fires it off the side of the post. Flyers again with Stevenson putting pressure on. And finally the Penguins work it free. Mario Lemieux connecting to Tarstrom momentarily, but the Flyers again break it up.
Whoa. And Primo would have taken that in had his offensive player not been offside, Mike. And you mentioned it before, 2 shorthanded goals. They're trying to go at every opportunity.
Lemieux can't take that pass from Jackman. It was too far. And icing called against the Penguins. So the Penguins have to come all the way back into their own end with 1:06 to go and the Pitkin penalty.
What you have to be careful with here is you want support on your power play, Mike, no matter what. Here's the Penguins breakout. It's a cross-ice puck to Recchi, but no, Recchi's got no support here. Do you see any Penguins there to help him? No Penguins there at all. I see Flyers, and the Flyers get the puck down the ice. You have to have support. If the puck's going across, your middleman, your centerman's got to go support Mark Recchi so that he's got a chip off the boards when he gets confronted. It's just puck support. It's simple.
Ziggy Palffy again drives it hard back in behind the Philadelphia net, but it jumped over the stick of Ryan Malone, and Handzus takes the puck for the Flyers. Michael Handzus rips it back into Penguin real estate.
Another thing support does is prevent you from icing the puck. The Penguins iced it on their power play. They have 3 icings tonight. Flyers don't have any.
40 seconds to go in the power play. Left around the net. Niittymaki, who's been impressive here. Well, the Penguins have only 6 shots in this hockey game. And they're almost to the halfway point.
Well, his big saves were early on Ryan Malone. You can't fault him on the Leclerc deflection, that's for sure.
Gonchar lugs it ahead to the right side to Sidney Crosby. Actually triple team by a shorthanded team, and they clear the puck. And that's that support you're looking for. I mean, somebody's got to come over and help them out. You're exactly right,
So they can shift the puck by Hatcher there. So it's a simple play. Hatcher will stand up all night if you don't support the play.
Down deep, penalty will expire. Here comes Pitkin on. He's a fresh player. And the puck avoiding Turner Stevenson. The Penguins try to make some changes here on the move. Gonchar in a 4-1 Philadelphia lead. Brings it in deep.
You think 4-1 that maybe the Penguins are out of the game. I mean, they're not. If they get scored on a power play here, there's still half a hockey game to go.
Melikar cruises back into his own end to get the puck, and icing this time called against the Philadelphia Flyers.
Hard Flyer penalty killing unit. Ice the puck. They're going to have to keep a couple of the players on the ice. Darian Hatcher can barely move right now. Darian Hatcher is so tired. He was down on his knees in the corner 30 seconds ago. He's hunched over right now. He can't breathe, and look for him to get off the ice. Look for the Penguins. Try to exploit it.
This is why the face-off becomes so important again. If you can win one, not going to happen. And Hatcher has to play the puck, so that's a break.
He wanted to ice it, but he couldn't. He couldn't get off. Yeah. And there's a penalty, Mike, right there.
All right.
So maybe, you know, you don't never wish for somebody to be cut, but if he is, it'll be a 4-minute high stick. Matt Murley with the stick on the chops. That's where I think you get the blood capsule, Mike. They got it in WWF. You know, your trainer comes out, he slaps it on your face, and you go to the box for 4.
You got to hold that for a playoff game.
Oh yeah, for a big game.
You don't want it. You don't want it on a regular season.
You save it.
4 minutes for high stick.
Janssen picks up a double minor here.
Come on, Scotty, slap the blood on. He does get it 4. There we go. Matt Murley's got to make a trip to the dentist, but other than that, the Penguins right back in the hockey game here if they can get 1, maybe 2. The double minor.
All right, Bobby, do me a favor if we can. Let's see how many faceoffs the Penguins win in this 4 minutes on the power play. Let's see what they can do with it. They win 1. To the right point, Jackman to the left side over to Gonchar. Gives it back to Mario Lemieux. Lemieux looking. Leclerc's in front of the net. Is he going to go to the net with it? He goes cross rink to Malone. Whip it back to Rick Jackman to the pins. Handzus a penalty kill along with Brian Savvy. Back to Lemieux, left point. Gonchar hammers it, missed the net in front. Malone can't turn it on the goal. He tried right up the board. And Pitkin. Good work there by Joni Pitkin to outmuscle Malone and get the puck up ice.
And he was the man who lifted the stick or prevented Malone from tucking it in on the short side, Mike.
Back behind the goal, Karan is going to leave that biscuit for Sergei Gonchar.
Lemieux is flying right now.
Up ahead through center off Lemieux's skate. And deep into the Flyers in. I'll tell you, guy, they got to get going right now is Sergei Gonchar. They got to get some production out of him and some goals, and this is an ideal situation for him. He's been a big goal scorer in the National Hockey League among defensemen, and they're looking for that to happen here in Pittsburgh too.
There's that wide pass again to Palffy. Let's see if we get any support. Once again, the Flyers have all the support, Mike, and they're able to chip it, chip. How many chips do we get there?
Here comes Gagne looking for the HT. Pulls up, breaks on. Has Darian Hatcher to God. Went off the skate of defenseman Rick Jackman, I believe. And the Flyers get a short-handed goal, and they lead 5-1.
Well, you know, we're going to get a great look at this. I can guarantee you right now, folks, it's another cross-ice pass. The Penguins get no support, and watch the chips. Watch the chips support by the Flyers. There's one chip. There's two chips. There's three chips. I mean, incredible work by the Flyers, killing the penalty. And then over to Hatcher, and he scores off the skate of Jackman. I tell you, that was incredible support by the Philadelphia Flyers in their own end, just being desperate, supporting one another, just with little 10-foot chip passes all off the boards.
Well, the Penguins still working the power play. Now they find themselves down 5-1. Shorthanded goal number 3 for the Philadelphia Flyers, and a leading total 3.
And Crosby's got a good point here. He's saying that this puck was shot over the glass here by Mike Ranchi. I don't know if we can get a look at that or not, see if it went off the glass before it went into the netting, and Dvorsky's now explaining it to Sidney Crosby. Let's see if Crosby's got a beef here, folks. He's complaining. He's saying that puck was just lifted directly into that meshing to the right of the goaltender.
Crosby had to get off the ice, and the puck poked through back into Pittsburgh territory.
He might have had a point. Smart kid at 18. He doesn't miss many.
Gonchar rambles down the right side and onto the right wing to Lemieux. Is he going to shoot the puck? Going to the net was Malone. He tried to shoot it, and that one deflected up and caught the white meshing right behind goaltender Antero Netamaki.
Well, you mentioned the hawk that Merrill had this morning.
I thought he did. Yeah.
This is the big point in the hockey game right now at 5-1. If you have any chance you want to score here on the power play, obviously great numbers against the Flyers in his career.
Well, let's be frank about it. Let's look at the numbers on the board. I mean, the Pens are down 5-1, and they've had one shot in this period. That's it. One shot, and they've had the power play. Here into penalty number 2. There's a drive again to the Penguins' net.
Well, they're being outshot 4-1 here in terms of ratio 4-1. It's been a tough night for the Penguin tenders.
Here comes Gonchar. He'll lead it back in. Back over to the right side. Kind of interesting here. Maybe we can get a view of it in a while. Here's Lemieux. It's Marc-Andre Fleury with his mask still on the bench. Back towards the net. Usually see that goaltender take it off. Another booming shot this time. The Penguins get it on the pad. A rebound. Bench score. Right there, Ryan Malone cashes in, and the Penguins make it 5-2. Oh, she wants to sell my monkey. Ryan Malone. And finally, the Penguins get one.
Well, the big fella had an opportunity to one time, and he felt the goaltender had him shut off, moved over. So Lemieux right there doesn't shoot it, tries to go to Leclerc. Leclerc gets a stick on it, goes over to Malone. So it appears that Leclerc will get his second point of the night, and the goaltender, Netamaki, I mean, he didn't know where to stop there. Lemieux once, then in the center, and then over to the other side. So there's a tough play for the goaltender, Netamaki, and he's shaking his head right now. He's still talking to himself, Mike.
And Jackman and Lemieux will get credit for assist on the goal.
Tell me Leclerc didn't touch the puck there?
Back around the Penguins' cage, and again, the Flyers put pressure on. And we'll be back in just a moment.
Joe, you're glad we got the Durango, right?
Of course.
And you liked all the money we saved when we bought it, right?
Got us a bigger boat.
And how about the Hemi engine and the DVD player and the hands-free cell? Then why won't you use the navigation system?
I'm not lost.
Dodge Durango.
This is starting to look familiar.
It's a lot of great stuff for a great price. Get the Dodge Advantage, including $5,000 cash allowance or 0% financing for 60 months on Durango.
Morning! What a day it's been already. I got up very...
Barb's a natural morning person. For me, morning's about as natural as my hair color.
Do you scrapbook?
No. But I found a way to get through.
Oh, McDonald's. I could really use some coffee.
Decaf, I hope.
And I thought,
Get going with McDonald's. From McGriddles, McMuffin sandwiches, to delicious breakfast platters, no one has more breakfast choices.
have a great day. And you have a great day, too.
look at the big boys.
2-1 game at the end of one, and now 5-2 Philadelphia. They've scored a power play goal and a short-handed goal here tonight. Penguins, I have them 1 for 4 in the power play. Back in to the zone. Just looking on the board up there and saying that Matt Sundin has a broken orbital bone.
Yes, he does. Yep. Well, Johnny Leclerc, I think it's a shame he comes back home here, Mike, and they're trying to steal an assist off him on that last goal. Took another look at it, and Johnny Leclerc certainly did touch the puck in front of the Flyers goal. So he'll hopefully get changed and credited with an assist on the goal by Ryan Malone. My eyes are good, Mike. He touched it.
Okay. Over the line, scores right from the face-off. Somebody in front might have got a stick on it.
Yep. And that was deflected as well. I'm not sure it was Mark Recchi coming off the boards at the high circle or not, but Odeline sent the puck towards the cage, and it was deflected high. Top of the circle. Look at the top of the circle right there. It might have went off the Flyers stick.
Do you think Crosby might have touched it on the way in?
I don't think so. I think it was the Flyer trying to get out to block the shot, Mike. It was tough to tell at that angle, and Mark Recchi didn't appear that he touched the goal, only by his reaction, so I think it went off the Flyer.
Well, that came from a face-off win by the Penguins.
And they're right back in this thing.
Yeah. And I think Odeline will get credit for the goal unless they give it to Crosby for somehow touching it on the way in. It's 5-3. So the Penguins strike with a pair of goals. Less than a minute apart. 57 seconds apart. Yes, it is Crosby. He did touch it.
Eyes of a hawk, Mike.
Sidney Crosby gets his second. And he's good with the stick. There isn't any question about it. I watched him today in the skate this morning. He buried some shots around that net, Bobby, with his handwork. It was incredible.
Well, I think
it reminded me of a young John Leclerc. Seriously,
he's got quick hands, and they're quick and soft. Is that?
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
don't see that combination too often.
Yeah, Brashear and Lemieux have words again. And back come the Philadelphia Flyers. And stolen away by Konstantin Koltsov. Well, welcome to the new National Hockey League, folks. Anything and everything has been happening. Fata to Koltsov. Shooting, save made, rebound. Where is it? It went back into Niittymaki. Fata had a great chance with an open net. But the Pens failed to score again.
This is not how you make something light. Unlike the other guys, we don't add water to a regular beer to make our beer light. Icy Light, brewed naturally for real beer taste.
These days, growing older also means growing wiser. Because with health information tools from Highmark, you can learn how to help your body go the distance. Fill up on all sorts of healthy information. And mile after mile, have a greater hand in your health.
Electronic four-wheel drive. Vehicle stability assist with traction control. And an available navigation system with off-road tracking. The Acura MDX. Its heart's in the right place, even if you're not.
5-3 game. Sidney Crosby got the big blade on it. Straight blade that he has. Not much of a curve in Sidney's stick to Savage. Winds it down deep and behind Sebastian Caron. Lifted around the near boards to Sidney Crosby. Here he comes. Charging back into the Flyers in. Crosby, beautiful rink wide pass. A shot towards the net, and that misfires for the Pens. Gonchar. Recchi runs into rookie Mike Richards and sends him into the glass. Hansus cuts his way in. They run with the referee right behind the net. And Walsh. Richard leaves the puck now for Hansus. Hansus going towards a goal, shielding the puck. Turns it over, trying to turn and shoot it, and Recchi came over and got a piece of it. Slapped away by the oncoming Orpik, but not out of the zone. And finally cleared by Gonchar.
Hit a partition down in the corner.
And it's Pitkanen carrying the mail. His shot. Caron stretches out. The rebound was off the post.
There's another post, Mike. Goaltender's best friend.
Crosby guides it onto the Flyers in. The Penguins make a wholesale change here. Oderline wants the puck. They get it to him. A slapper blocked by Primo. Flyers come back. Radivojevic. And Melikar's called him a penalty.
Let's hope it's not a penalty shot.
I don't think it will be. He got a piece of him. He barely touched him, and then the arm went up immediately. Now we've got Brashear and Oderline having words.
Well, Radivojevic showed some tremendous burst of speed up between the Penguins defense, Melikar and Oderline, and Melikar's got to take him down, Mike. Great opportunity there.
Did they give it to Melikar or Oderline? I think Oderline might be the guilty party.
Did Oderline?
Yeah,
Melikar took him down after that, so both of them either one of them could have been the guilty party. Radivojevic, I mean, he was flying there. Well, the Penguins had a shot blocked from the point, and the Flyers came three-man strong, a 3-on-2.
Face-off win by Peter Forsberg with a 3-point night tonight. 5-3 Flyers here, late in period number 2. Desjardins swings it over to Peter Forsberg. Going to be a patience here tonight, to say the least. Just handles that puck, and they give him a lot of time. Cross rink it comes. And Janssen can't pull the trigger. From behind the net.
You can't let Forsberg, your defenseman, your stick's got to be down to the outside. Jackman's stick's got to be on the outside, preventing the Forsberg pass down to the goal line.
Back to the right point, Desjardins. And the man in front of that net, Mike Knuble. And Malone sweeps it away in the backhand all the way to the Flyers zone.
Good play by Joe Melikar, finding Malone open. In the open ice in the middle of the ice there to get the puck down.
3:25 to go in the period. 5-3 Philadelphia. It was 2-1 Flyers at the end of one if you joined us late. Pitkanen rams it hard back into the Pittsburgh zone. And defenseman Sergei Gonchar of the Pens around the wood, try to clear it out. Flyers come up with it. Richards back. Center point. Pitkanen feeds it down low. And with the puck, it's Brooks Orpik, and he'll slide it down on the Flyer net.
Once again, Mike, that pass again to the middle of the house in your own end. A dangerous pass at times, but if you can see it and make it, Orpik did it twice, that time to Recchi to get the puck down.
And a late whistle here, and an offside call against the Philadelphia Flyers.
Mike, let's go back to the faceoff here. We're going to have Crosby on the faceoff. He's going to win it back to the point. Okay, now watch Crosby. He's just going to stand there. His stick's going to go out. Boom, right there. Close to a high stick, but not. About shoulder level. And Crosby gets a second goal in the National Hockey League. And 2 deflection goals by the Penguins tonight. One by Leclerc and one by the kid.
Melikar and the Penguins fighting for their lives right now with 23 seconds to go to try and kill down the time on this penalty. Radivojevic. And he's able to work it over to Darian Hatcher. Radivojevic will take the puck from him again. Along the goal line they come in. Jeff Hunter trying to stuff it in, and he can't do it. And a slapper by Darian Hatcher. Denied by Caron. On the ice comes Oderline. Penalty is expired. Flyers down low again. Carter turns it right in front. Somebody's got a broken stick. Loose puck. Caron comes diving out to grab the disc and hold on.
That was a nice job. We're going to get, I believe the Penguins are going to get a slashing penalty on Talbot for slashing the stick of Primo. You wondered why the stick was on the ice. Well, let's watch what Talbot does as the puck comes to Caron's feet. Right, boom, right there. He slashes the stick. Now, I guess you're not allowed to slash the stick, Mike. I'm a little curious. I know I've seen it. We saw it in an early game this year, a penalty called against the Penguins. Remember, Yuri Slager did that to one of the Penguins at home. And right here, Talbot's going to get called for slashing the stick of Primo.
Now, if his stick doesn't break, Mike, is there a slash penalty call there? I don't think so. I really don't. So this with stick breaking leads to the penalty, I believe. I don't think you're going to call a penalty. I don't think there's a problem down here with the glass, Mike.
Well, they'll have to do some repair work. And going to take a look at the modern day rookies, the numbers that we have of players that were first round picks, first overall, and what they did in the early part of their careers. And look at this. The leader in most consecutive games scored belongs to Alexander Day, a former Penguin for a brief time. Alexander Ovechkin has scored in all 6 games for the Capitals. Sidney Crosby now in 5, and Eric Lindros in 5, and Mario Lemieux at 3. So that's a pretty elite core of people.
That is
kind of surprising that Day, I didn't realize that he got off to that quick a start with the Ottawa Senators, but he did.
Was he ever fast? Oh, he just took off, and boy, you'd think a guy like that, would he be able to thrive without having the red line? He's a guy, to me, who liked to cheat. I remember in my first season, it was Guy Lafleur. Boy, did he take off behind the defenseman, Mike, and before I knew it, I was in charge of shadowing him one game up in the old Forum.
I mean, you're still looking for a shadow.
Yeah, he had 3. He had 3 that night.
Yeah, I know.
But he was gone. I mean, you'd think the defenseman had him. Next thing you know, he was gone. And then, of course, how many times he scored going down that right side?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Goaltenders looked a little smaller back then.
Well, all I know is he could put it in from 55 feet and just rocket them in, as you well know, and make you feel shame when he did it. Here's Pickenen on the power play with Talbot off. Pickenen shoots it again. Penguins having to survive a lot of adversity here late in the second period. Short-handed.
Flyers 1 for 4 on their power play with 6 shots tonight.
This is Joni Pickenen, who has had a strong game tonight for Philadelphia, to Forsberg. He gets rid of it quickly to Gagne, who looks for the HT. He's got 2 goals, both in this period. That shot deflected. And on that net behind goaltender Sebastian Caron.
Good job by Ryan Malone there at the top of that umbrella. Mike Ratchie, better known for his one-time abilities off the pass from the left side of the power play, took the puck from the right side and just tried to take a wrist shot towards Caron. Faceoff's high in the zone. Let's see if Fata goes forward. He tries, but yes, he does.
Got it out.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever you're close to that blue line there, it's a good idea to try to go forward on the faceoff. Use that blue line to your advantage.
Good effort by Fata. Penguins winning some faceoffs here, I think, more than they have throughout the game. Melikov around the board. Ziggy Palffy with 58 to go on a penalty killing roll. And it comes to Oderline. Blasted up to take the heat out of a very hot kitchen.
Oh. Great play by Oderline there to slap his stick on the ice and get a pass right at the cage by his defensive partner.
Michael Hansus going wide to the Penguins end. Wrap it around the horn. Here to the near boards where it's grabbed by Richard. He's turned around by Mark Recchi. Recchi and Palffy, Pat, I'm sorry, and Palffy, the penalty killers. Pittsburgh within a half a minute here of killing the remainder of this penalty. Almost going to last the whole period. It's swept away by Oderline, just wide of his netminder, Sebastian Caron.
Time ticking down here, Mike.
Flyers have time for one quick rush. Rathje unable to get into the Penguins' zone. Forsberg stops. He looks late with 2 seconds to go. Lemieux strips him of the puck. And the period comes to an end. The penalty is over. And we look at the scoreboard, and it reads the Philadelphia Flyers 5, the Penguins 3. Whole lot of entertainment coming up in this intermission.
The new, intimidating Mitsubishi Raider. Available 230 horse V8 and the most towing capacity in its class. Mitsubishi, driven to thrill.
I'm sorry, honey. You cannot handle me with your slow dial-up. You just don't have the bandwidth. Check back with me when you get DSL, okay?
Dial-up makes even simple stuff impossible. But Verizon Online DSL gives you instant access to all of the web. And now at $14.95 a month, you can get broadband at dial-up prices.
DSL, this is more like it.
Tony, most people want to get in better shape, but they just don't have the time.
Well, Stacy, what if I told you in just 3 20-minute workouts, only 1 hour a week, you can increase your energy levels, strengthen your heart, reduce your stress, and shape all the muscles of your body, all with one quality machine? Would you be interested?
Yes, I would.
Well, Stacy, I have good news.
Tell me more.
I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico. Yeah, baby, you can do it.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Chrysler Town & Country, with the exclusive stow-and-go seating and storage system. There when you need it, not there when you don't.
Right now, get $2,000 cash allowance on Town & Country. Hurry into your Chrysler dealer today.
Here's another material handling solution from Equipco, confined area forklifts. Hi, I'm Carl Swanson of Equipco. In today's economy, we have to reduce costs, increase productivity, and handle material more efficiently. Confined area forklifts from Equipco expand usable warehouse space or reduce the amount of warehouse space you need. That saves your company money. And that's what Equipco Material Handling Solutions is all about. Call Equipco at 412-221-2800.
Stay tuned for an important message for injured workers collecting work comp benefits. Has the company doctor who's treating you sent you back to work, but you know you're still too injured to return to your current job? Has your employer offered you a modified or light-duty job? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you may be in danger of losing your work comp benefits. Don't let this happen to you. Call us now for a free evaluation of your legal rights.
For a free consultation, call Edgar Snyder & Associates, 1-800-94-EDGAR.
I'm Mark Recchi. You're watching FSN Pittsburgh, where Penguin fans come first.
John LeClair's had a good night against the Flyers. We have him mic'd, and let's find out what Johnny has to say.
I got Bushy. Nice save, nice save. Come on, boys, get it out. Net off? Johnny, I'm standing right there. The puck goes in. Somebody cross-checks the one guy in the net. The puck's already in the net. The puck was in definitely before. Is it the same rule when even a piece of the net's up? If the net was up. Even a piece of the net, right? It's that same rule? One of your guys was trying to push the net, and then Crosby hit the one guy into the net, which made it come off. So, but it doesn't matter who pushed it. Either way, it probably would have scored because he's in the process of shooting. So then you're going to call we pushed the net off.
With the Philadelphia Flyers leading Pittsburgh 5-3, we'll have more in the second intermission.
Introducing the new fresh toasted chicken Parmesan sandwich from Subway restaurants. Tender chicken, zesty marinara sauce, melted cheese on toasted freshly baked bread. The new fresh toasted chicken Parmesan sandwich. Molto delicioso. Subway, eat fresh.
Avelli Corporation, the only builder supply, precast concrete manufacturer, statuary studio, and concrete construction contractor where quality and craftsmanship have been the keystones of our reputation since 1981. With our ageless products and experienced craftsmen, Avelli is a unique, full-service facility, also serving all of your building material needs year-round. Avelli Corporation. Visit our showroom at 300 Ohio River Boulevard, Ambridge, or our website at www.avelli.net.
It's the Dodge Model Year-End Clearance. Your last chance to grab an 05 with the Dodge Advantage. We've still got a lot of 05s, but not for long. Save on the Hemi-powered Ram, the all-new Dakota with best-in-class interior room, and Durango with a 5-star frontal crash test rating. Now get the Dodge Advantage, including up to $5,500 combined cash allowance or 0% financing for 60 months. See your Dodge dealer today or visit Dodge.com. Hurry, because once the Dodge you want is gone, it's gone.
Sometimes a doctor will refer patients to their own or their hospital's physical therapy clinic. Always remember, you have the freedom and the right to choose the physical therapist that you want. For clinical excellence, high-quality service, and professionalism, choose the Panther.
Tom Niggle, Sean Collins, Josh Lenthal, Vicky English, Jay Lemke, Paula Dolgos.
Panther Physical Therapy. If you're not getting therapy from Panther, you're not getting the best physical therapy available.
Introducing the new fresh toasted chicken Parmesan sandwich from Subway restaurants. Tender chicken, zesty marinara sauce, melted cheese on toasted freshly baked bread. The new fresh toasted chicken Parmesan sandwich. Molto delicioso. Subway, eat fresh.
Good evening, I'm Brent Stover. We'll get you back out to the Wachovia Center in just a moment, but first this Pittsburgh Sports Night intermission update. While Jim Tracy has yet to finalize his coaching staff for next season, they have decided on who won't return. Bullpen coach Bruce Tanner was told yesterday he would not be asked back by the Bucs. Tanner spent 5 years with the Bucs, following 7 years as a minor league instructor in the organization. But Tanner also received some good news yesterday. He's in the running to be the pitching coach on Jim Leland's staff in Detroit. Also up for that job is Altoona pitching coach Jeff Andrews. Meanwhile, there may still be room for former bench coach and interim manager Pete McCannon on Tracy's staff. McCannon, along with infield instructor Alvaro Espinosa, were told that decisions on their futures with the organization will come in the next 10 days. But John Russell, Gerald Perry, and Rusty Kuntz are not being asked back in their former roles, but may find jobs elsewhere in the organization. Meantime, the guy the Pirates chose not to hire, Ken Maka, is returning to Oakland. Maka and the A's couldn't find a middle ground on a 3-year contract before the end of the season, but now the Pirates' job is no longer available. They were able to come to an agreement. Coming up tonight after the game on Busch Light, Pittsburgh Sports Night, analysis from Brian Trottier in studio with Pat Parris and myself. Locker room reaction from the Pens. Penn State, West Virginia get ready for big-time matchups tomorrow. Back for the third period in Philly right after this.
Amplified energy. Devastating hits. Captivating moves. And bigger things are lurking. You know the feeling. Encounter the experience. Join the X-Force October 25th for UPMC Penguins Team Calendar Night when the Penguins take on the Florida Panthers.
Three climate zones.
How's he doing back there?
3 rows of seats. So everyone can travel in comfort.
He's fine.
The all-new 7-passenger Jeep Commander. It's your world. Take command. Now, get the Jeep Advantage. With a $1,500 cash allowance, you can get the all-new Commander for under $26,500.
Given all the choices life throws at you, how do you know which ones are right and which ones aren't? Well, when you're looking to make smarter, healthier decisions, there's Highmark, with the most trusted coverage and the most ways to be in control of your health. It's all working for you, and it shows. Have a greater hand in your health.
College Football Saturday on FSN. The Kings swagger has returned, and they are once again a national power as they brace for a showdown with Temple. And Maurice Drew and the Bruins continue to climb the ranks when they square off with the explosive Cougars. College Football Saturday, presented by Kyocera on FSN.
I'm Rob King. You're watching FSN Pittsburgh, where Pittsburgh fans come first.
And we welcome you back to Philadelphia, where you're never out of a hockey game now in the National Hockey League. Penguins were down 5-1, but they were able to come back and get 2 goals in that period. And Bobby, the way the games are going right now, they're certainly within range here to come back and get in this hockey game and maybe win it.
Well, you can't leave the television set anymore. They were down 5-1. The Penguins, 2 quick goals within a minute, Mike, and you're exactly right. They're back into this thing, 1 on the power play, but they've been able to somehow edge back into this hockey game, controlling the puck down low in the Flyers zone. the two biggest guys on the ice for the Flyers certainly have to be Peter Forsberg and Simon Gagne. You can't turn the puck over here. The Penguins did in the neutral zone. They go by Forsberg, play in the stick, and Gagne puts in another empty net goal. Then the Penguins on the power play get this opportunity in front. Malone's able to bang that in right after a shorthanded goal by Hatcher to make it 5-2, and then off a faceoff, the kid deflects, wins a draw, and deflects it, makes it 5-3. They're within 2 with 20 to play.
And BMW brings you these stats through 2 periods. The Flyers out shooting Pittsburgh 28-12. The scoring chances, Flyers have a wide edge there. Face-off, Pittsburgh coming back strong in the tail end of that period. And the power plays, you can see, both teams with a power play goal. Vince with some great penalty killing late in the second. Let's see if it carries over.
You're drilling for us?
Well,
steak.
Hey, Brian. We smelled the grill. Yeah.
Introducing Taco Bell's new Steak or Chicken Nachos Bel Grande. Grilled authentic carne asada steak or marinated all white meat chicken give Nachos Bel Grande that great flavor of the grill.
This is nice.
For grilled taste that really draws a crowd, think outside the bun.
Glory, delivered weekly on the Highmark High School Sports Practice. Sunday mornings at 9 on FSN.
The best damn sports show, period. Weeknights on FSN.
Tune in Sunday night for the best in black and gold coverage. It's FSN Live, Steelers Edition, presented by Busch Light. Join Rob King along with Tunch and Wolf as they wrap up the past week in Steeler football. Sunday at 10, only on FSN Pittsburgh.
This is it. Clearance time at your Toyota dealer continues with great deals on remaining 05s. Save on 271 horsepower V8 Tundras, all capable of around 450 highway miles per tank full. Now with first time ever $3,000 cash back from Toyota. Pick a rugged 05 V8 4Runner that gets around 400 highway miles per tank full with $3,000 cash back. Don't miss this Toyota clearance event. This is it. Toyota. Now that's moving you forward. This is it.
Have you been seriously injured and need help getting your life back together? If you or someone you care about have been paralyzed, suffered a brain, spinal cord, or other permanent injury in an accident, the lawyers at Edgar Snyder & Associates would like to talk to you free of charge. For over 20 years, our experienced attorneys have helped thousands of seriously injured people collect money for their pain and suffering and for lifelong medical care. Let us help you. Please call now.
For a free consultation, call Edgar Snyder & Associates, 1-800-94-EDGAR.
Hi, I'm Sidney Crosby. You're watching FSN Pittsburgh, where the Penguins fans come first.
Pittsburgh Penguins hockey on FSN Pittsburgh is brought to you by Jeep. Jeep, hurry to your Jeep dealer and see how good the best values in America can be.
Well, we're back at the Wachovia Center, and let's go right down to our own Dan Potash.
All right, guys, thank you very much. I'm with head coach Eddie Olczyk. You make a switch in the nets and all of a sudden get 2 more goals. What do you tell your guys?
I think more than anything else, just trying to get a change in direction for the team. And Marc-Andre didn't have a chance in any of those opportunities. And, you know, for us, we got to find a way to get back in this game a lot of time. And hopefully get a power play here, cash in, and we're 1 shot away. So we're going to have to be ready for a good third.
And chances are that you'll be able to continue that in the third period. There's a lot of time left on the clock.
There's a lot of time, and we just got to chip away. And you're not going to get 2 in 1 shift. So we're going to have to battle from there.
Okay, so thank you. All right, guys, back up to you.
All right, thank you, Danny. Danny will be on board with us throughout this season. There you see the Penguins led by Sebastian Caron. Should the Penguins score 1 more goal, the game then becomes of record to Mr. Caron, who gave up goal number 5 to the Flyers. It was a shorthanded goal.
Well, they're going to have to break through this this number, Mike. Flyers have had a pretty good streak going when leading after 2 periods of play.
Well, I will say this, with the National Hockey League as it is now, that mark will be falling soon.
Nothing's safe.
No.
Nothing is safe.
Not right now.
Well, what about Darian Hatcher scoring a shorthanded goal for the Flyers tonight in his first stint this year?
I don't have a sheet from the second period. I'd be curious to see how much ice time he's logged tonight. But they've not brought that around, so can't even get a press guide. They don't even have a press guide here in Philadelphia. They haven't even done that. There was a ruling, I thought, from the league that You were fined a substantial amount if you didn't have it done prior to the start of the season. There we go. But so we can't tell you much more about the we can't tell you what they like to eat. You know how they write that stuff up?
Oh, I love that stuff. Yeah, what's your favorite singer and where they go?
For you, just ask what buffets does Bobby like?
I want to find out what Simon Gagne likes to eat, because he's got some hop tonight. 4 points, a career high.
Behind the net, Tarstrom swings it around to John LeClaire. Lemieux, LeClaire, and Ryan Malone. Malone taking the right wing here for the Penguins.
Yeah, Koltsov moves off this line, Mike, and LeClaire gets on there. I'm looking at these scoring summary. They still haven't changed that assist to Jackman, and it really should have went to LeClaire. Geico, quote of the day. Never seen him play.
Well, Niittymaki
doesn't know anybody.
Well, it doesn't matter if he knows anybody. He's 4-0 in the National Hockey League. As long as he keeps winning, he doesn't have to know anybody.
I don't even know if he can speak the language.
It doesn't matter.
No,
it doesn't matter.
Oh, somebody's hurt here.
Well, down on the Penguins end, and it looks like Jackman.
Well, his stick is caught in his skate, Mike. You see this down here? It's close. I believe it's Mike Richards' stick was caught in the blade of Rick Jackman. That can be a dangerous situation. Let's take a look. As they go into the corner, Richards puts his stick right in the skate of Jackman, and you see how his knee turns going into the board there, Mike. You're in no control of yourself there once the stick gets in. That's a trip. I mean, the weapon's there to prove it. What do you think?
Look out, Gagne for the hat trick. Backhander stopped by Caron. Oh, he gives the Penguins a fighting chance now with that save.
Wow. Up another faceoff, Mike. The Flyers gain control of the faceoff. Forsberg sets up Gagne again. I mean, setting the table.
Recchi battles hard, but Forsberg wins. And now Crosby after the puck. With it, the Flyers. I'm going to make a prediction. Crosby will eventually be the Penguins' best face-off man. It will take some time for him to learn the National Hockey League and what it takes to truthfully, in a way, cheat your way to win. Because you have to learn to do that too.
You got to cheat.
That's part of it. And a lot of it just comes from experience and playing against these guys that have been around forever. Recchi. There is an occasional phenom that comes into the league, and apparently Carter must be one of those as a face-off man. He can win a lot of draws. And
well, if you have that extra height in you, Mike, you're able to cheat. You get more leverage, more angle on those face-offs too. I mean, Primo's a good face-off man. He's a big body. But hands are important. Remember Mitch Lamoureux? He was small. He got choked right down on the stick. He was one of your favorites.
Yes, he was. The thing about Mitchy Lamoureux is that he gave you an honest effort every night. What he had. It wasn't much in, as far as the physical part of it. Oh, no, he was really staunch. Yeah, very much staunch. And weighed a lot more than you would see. For example, I mean, compared to Gianna, I mean, he was huge compared to Gianna.
I'm huge compared to him. Come on. Well, the Penguins have their fourth line out here for a quick break for the Eddie Olczyk and the Penguins.
Philadelphia, Dennis Seidenberg. Back behind the net. One of the players not playing tonight is Patrick Sharp for the Flyers, who's out with a cut.
Look, he got caught on the bench by a skate, right on the bench. 12 stitches. Very lucky.
When he does come back, he's going to wear a full shield
instead of just the half visor he had.
He does wear one. He's had from his college days at Vermont. Colts off to the right wing to the flying Fata. And here he comes. In front. Did they get that in? Yes, they did, apparently. It's oh, hold on. Hold on. Dvorsky looked down. It looked as though he had signaled goal. And they're going to go upstairs. I think that's what he's saying right now. I want to go upstairs and take a look.
The light never came on. The goal judge is there for one reason, to put the light on. But he is not in charge of whether or not this is a goal. That'll be the people upstairs. Let's watch as the flying Fata throws it to the net. Everybody crashed. The net goes up, and now the net goes back down on its moorings, and they're picking away. You see Koltsov's stick go in there, Mike.
Koltsov and Murley were both there.
You can see the puck rolling under the pad of the goaltender. And it's going to be tough to see from this angle.
But an overhead might do it, and I think they do have one.
Let's watch Dvorsky as he comes in. No, he's pointing. He's pointing down. He says yes. He's pointing. Yeah, you can see him point at the puck in the net, Mike.
In the same motion, right after that, he started to point upstairs. He wanted to take a look.
Maybe we're going to see something here. The net goes up just a bit, Mike, and then it goes back down on its moorings.
The net can, unless it's dislodged totally now. If it goes up and comes back down in the same motion, it still will be a goal. It used to be, if the net came up in any way, Bobby, that it did not, it would negate any chance for a goal. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the rule now states that it has to come off.
I think you're exactly right. And Dvorsky right now is motioning to Keith Primo at the penalty box that the goaltender pulled it out of the net, pulled it back from across the goal line. That's the way I think Dvorsky saw it. Now, we didn't see any definitive view yet.
And I do think that, I don't know if we do have an overhead view by any means that they'd have in each building now. Well, however, the referee can overrule, and if in his judgment he saw the puck, he can make this call without any problem.
In the first period, there was a situation, Mike, and let's see what Dvorsky had to say to Johnny Leclerc about.
Is it the same rule when even a piece of the net's up?
If the net was up.
Even a piece of the net, right? It's that same rule?
One of your guys was trying to push the net, and then Crosby hit the one guy into the net, which made it come off. So,
but it doesn't matter who pushed
it.
It
probably would have scored because he's in the process of shooting.
So then you're going to call we pushed the net off.
Yeah.
You're going to call that.
So he can say that somebody pushed the net off. And let's take a look at this one. The net bends back just a little bit. Now the net's back down now, and the puck is not over the goal line, in my opinion. In my opinion, that is no goal, Mike. In my opinion, that is no goal. And I'm going to find this very hard. Now let's say that Dvorsky called it a goal. Is that definitive enough?
No, he asked to go upstairs. I think he really did. And he wants to make the right call, if it's at all possible.
That's a great look at that, guys. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
And in fairness to him, I mean, let's be honest. Where he was 40, 30 feet away. And a heartbeat and a very quick second judgment.
Now, Mike, the puck has got to go all the way across the goal line. It's got to go not just part of the way. It's got to go all the way across the goal line.
But here is what I think Dvorsky was saying, is that he had it in the glove and pushed it out. But it doesn't appear to be that way.
No, it looked like it hit the edge of the. Looked like it hit the edge of the glove, the cuff of the glove. The glove was across the goal line, but the whole puck to me did not appear to cross that red line. Now, let's see what Dvorsky.
He does after this. He does go upstairs to point upstairs.
Dvorsky. Yep, there he goes. We're going upstairs. So he points into the net, and then he points. We're going upstairs.
And they've got the replay folks up here to take and make a judgment on it. And remember, he doesn't have the access to view any of this, so he's waiting for their help, and rightly so. Now the Olczyk appearing on. He's not sure how it's going to go.
No. You like to try to be honest in your evaluation, and in my evaluation, I didn't see that whole puck go over the net. So we'll see what happens here. And it looked like Koltsov could be the goal scorer.
No goal.
If it did count, but it didn't.
Nope. They rule no goal. So with 2:53 gone in period number 3, the Penguins will have to work to try and score another one.
No, I got to think they made the right call, Mike. I mean, that's why you have the eye in the sky. Had they not had the eye in the sky, I believe the Penguins would have had 4 on the board. I think Dvorsky would have called it a goal. And he wasn't sure. He wasn't sure from that corner.
Let's be fair. I mean, he made the right move. That's all you ask. And he did a good job. Here's a face-off win by the Pens, and after it, Leclerc. Leclerc, Malone, and Lemieux, the trio out here. Mario wants that puck. And Leclerc drags it over to the near board. Shields it. The good pass left side to Tarson. Got to shoot it. Does. Right up the stick of Netamaki. Penguins have a good matchup here, I think, with Radavojevic, Primo, and Brashear out against this line. But keep the pressure on. Here's Leclerc.
I'm a little surprised they got that matchup. I think they want Hatcher on Lemieux.
Johnson out. Radovojevic showing those good wheels. Drags it through to the Penguins' end. Round to the near side to Darian Hatcher. Hatcher's attempted shot, not much on it. Blocked by the Pens. Ryan Maloney wants to get off.
Here's a penalty.
And Recchi was slowed on the play. Penalty coming up against the Flyers.
I don't know if I had to call that penalty, Mike, but as soon as the stick went on, Rico Fat, I believe, storming down that left side, Ratchy was going to go off. Ratchy was beaten by the flying Fata, definitely. You can see Rico Fata go wide. There's the stick right there on Rico Fata. And Ratchy's got to go off. You have to make that call, and the Penguins are going to go back onto the power play where they've won 7 of 9 faceoffs tonight.
Hooking call against Ratchy. And the Pens power play will feature Crosby working out here with Ziggy Palffy. And dumped away into the zone. Palffy and Recchi, the 2 Penguin forwards with Sidney Crosby.
And there's a turnover there by Pitkin into the Flyers. A very errant backhand pass. See if the Penguins can capitalize.
Palffy and digging. Crosby behind the net. They instead go to the right point. Gonchar. Put it on the net. It goes behind the goal. Good effort there by Pitkin to get it around and out of the zone. Hanzus rides his way right into Sergei Gonchar. Throws it back behind the net. 5-3 Flyers.
Calling offside there at the Penguin blue line.
Flyers and a man on the right.
Johnny Leclerc going to get another shot. Position himself in front of the cage. In front of Niittymaki, who just made a good save on the Penguins to keep it a 2-goal. Keep that 2-goal cushion up there for the Flyers, Mike. Well, there's another penalty. We got a 5-on-3 coming up.
Well, Malone and Janssen can't believe this call. It's a hooking call against Janssen. He's not happy with it.
And here comes Primo. Here comes Big Primo right in the center of the ice. Is he vehement about this?
I think what they're thinking is that Malone really
embellished.
Yes, without question. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Primo can't believe it. He just stormed off that bench.
And what you have to be careful about now is, and I think you'll allow him to bark, is you don't get a penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. This is a 5-on-3 for the Penguins. Jackman, the Pens have yet to score on a 5-on-3 this year. They've had a lot of chances. Lemieux going to Tarstrom. Jackman takes the pass. Down deep to Recchi in front. It goes to Lemieux. He moves out, goes to Yontu, and Tarstrom, he shoots and scores! Dick Tarstrom makes it 5-4. And the Penguins are on the board again. And he's smiling like a butcher's dog. Dick Tarstrom. And they're working on power play number 2 now.
Well, Mike, in practice the other day, the Penguins just threw the puck around. It was 1 pass, 2 pass, 3 pass, 4. And look at all these tape-to-tape passes around the perimeter. I mean, this is great. Great way to work it. Try to get them out of that triangular formation. Mero decides not to shoot, but Tarnstrom, look at him. He's at the top of the circle. And when you get it on the cage right there, it's tough for a goaltender who's had to move back, forth, back, forth. Remember, the goalie's got to move at every pass that is made. Niittymaki lost his legs, lost his net. The Penguins are down by 1.
Tarnstrom the goal scorer, and the Penguins are back within 1.
Nice save by Esch on the bench, on the Flyers bench. But this is how you get a goaltender tired. Watch, the goaltender's got to move all over. And the reaction of the Penguins. And Tarnstrom, he scored a bunch of goals from the point last year.
Yes, he did.
Penguins leading scorer last year.
They're still out here. Tarnstrom and Jackman. 5-4 the score. Penguins with a man advantage. Crosby sweeping to the net. Hit Palffy's stick, and Palffy gives it back to Lemieux. Minute 14 to go in the second power play chance. Jackman to Lemieux. Trickles it in. Niittymaki made the save, and it's clear by the Flyers.
Boy, how a game can change. It was 5-1 halfway through the second.
Here come the Pens again, charging up ice. Lemieux darts in. Oh, he almost banked that one in off a Flyer player in the net. Hit the side of the goal and killed. Lifted by the Flyers deep into Pittsburgh territory.
And who's the goalie of record, Mike?
Right now, you know who, Sebastian Caron. Ziggy Palffy, right side Crosby, wrister, and that's stopped by the goaltender.
And Crosby got slashed, Mike. He tried to get his own rebound, and Hatcher came down with a big tomahawk.
Gonchar is going to weave his way through traffic. 23 to go. Gonchar banking it off the board. The wrecking ball goes in. Hatcher slams him hard. I think what Hatcher's saying to himself, you've called so many penalties, you're not going to call another one.
Yeah,
we'll see.
He's daring him. He hit him high.
He is. Here comes Oderline with the puck. Oderline can't get it on the net. Gonchar with 4 seconds to go on the penalty. Behind the net to the wrecking ball. Out in front, Leclerc. A shot by Fanta. That's blocked. Picked up by Rico Fanta again. Penalty is over. Johnson's on. Leclerc trying to stuff it in. Recky's there too. And they work hard, but Savage intercepts the centering pass. 12:45 to go. Savage with a blast, and that misses the target. Gonchar, I think, wants to get off here. He can't do it. Here comes Forsberg. And he booms one off the stick of Oderline. Into the net. The Pittsburgh Penguins are back within one here in the third.
Morning. What a day it's been already. I got up very...
Barb's a natural morning person. For me, morning's about as natural as my hair color.
Do you scrapbook?
No. But I found a way to get through.
Oh, McDonald's. I could really use some coffee.
Decaf, I hope.
And I thought you were gonna put a
Get going with McDonald's. From McGriddles, McMuffin sandwiches, to delicious breakfast platters, no one has more breakfast choices.
Have a great day. And you have a great day, too.
After the game on Pittsburgh Sports Tonight, former Penn Brian Trottier joins us with analysis on tonight's game, plus the latest on the injured Steelers quarterbacks and former Pirate coaches are on the move. That and more after the game on PST.
The Pride Fighting Championships are on FSN, featuring Quentin Jackson, Fedor Emelianenko, and Ken Shamrock.
Is taking over!
The Pride Fighting Championships, Sunday on FSN.
Come out for some X-Force action at the Penguins' next homestand. The Pens host the Florida Panthers for UPMC Penguins team calendar night on Tuesday the 25th. On the 27th, they face the Thrashers of Atlanta. On Saturday the 29th, the Hurricanes of Carolina. Order your tickets online at PittsburghPenguins.com.
Well, you'll have some fun, folks. This is really, it's fun to watch. It really is. Penguins are down 5-4. They haven't got a win. They're the only team in the league, but they certainly have been within range. Here comes John Leclerc. Rushing back into the Flyers end. Drop pass for Ryan Malone. Onto the net and gloved by Niedermacher. He drops it off quickly. Still a day and a half to play in this hockey game. 11:50 to go in the third.
Well, remember, Leclerc got put on this Lemieux line here to start the third period, Mike.
Simon Gagne. And the Flyers were on cruise control with a 5-1 lead. That's over. Got to get a new car. Janssen's pass. They head down to the Penguin zone, and Palffy comes up with it. Looking for it. Mark Recchi. Just hit ahead for Ziggy Palffy. And Palffy turned to center it, intercepted by the Flyers.
And that was shot high off the glass, almost a penalty.
Gagne, slapper, and Caron with a quick left hand makes the save.
Since the Penguins made the goaltender change, it outshot the Flyers 13-10.
Palffy took that long across two-line pass, tried to deflect it in, allow the Penguins to charge in for the puck, but it didn't happen. Ratchey just backpedals. The height and weight of these two teams on the ages. The Flyers average 29 years, I think, average age, and the Penguins are at 29 too. Some veterans on both these clubs.
Keep himself in shape. There's a wily veteran right there. Ziggy Palffy on a 3-game goal scoring streak so far for the Penguins. Been pretty consistent in the early going for Eddie Olczyk. He just goes about his business quietly, you know, fishing around. He knows where to be, knows where the good water is, knows where to find that garbage.
Let's see that.
Penguins fourth line out here again.
Melicard leads the parade back. On the plate now to Ryan Malone. Fans in Tampa Bay Lightning up tomorrow. That game will be telecast, by the way, on UPN in Pittsburgh tomorrow night. And on FSN Pittsburgh tonight. Pittsburgh Sports Tonight will follow. Here comes Lemieux. Lost the puck and the Flyers counter. Trailing the play is Janssen. They go left side to Savage. A good shot, better save. The rebound right back to the net. Didn't have a lot on it. And Caron cradles the puck.
Joe, you're glad we got the Durango, right?
Of course.
And you liked all the money we saved when we bought it, right?
Got us a bigger boat.
And how about the Hemi engine and the DVD player and the hands-free cell? Then why won't you use the navigation system?
I'm not lost.
Dodge Durango.
This is starting to look familiar.
It's a lot of great stuff for a great price. Get the Dodge Advantage, including $5,000 cash allowance or 0% financing for 60 months on Durango.
Dude, get out of my seat. What'd I miss?
Got them, man. Not bad.
Give me some sugar.
Go Pens!
Jim Krenn and Randy Bauman. Mornings on 102.5 DVE. Amplified energy. Devastating hits. Captivating moves. And bigger things are lurking. You know the feeling. Encounter the experience. Capture defining moments, relive storied games, reflect on greatness with the Classic Penguins DVD series. Disc 1 premieres November 10th.
Well, the veteran Lyle Odeline, he's got an opportunity to go D to D here with this pass. But that pass would be in front of your net. Is he going to make it? No. Instead, he turns, goes up the wall, makes the outlet pass. That's a veteran move by a veteran defenseman, Lyle Odeline. Make the simple play, and that's all the coaches are looking for.
Keith Primo, who started out so quickly in this hockey game, was a dominant player in the first period for the Flyers. And then Peter Forsberg took over. And then the Penguins came back, and they've been the better team. Midway point of period number 2.
Hatcher's played a lot, Mike. I've noticed him on the ice a ton here in this third period.
Ron's going to leave it for Orpik. He played 13-26 in the first 2 periods.
Seems like he's been more noticeable, that's for sure, in the third.
And an icing call against the Penguins with 8:56 to go. 5-4 the score. You know what's really neat? You just can't go away. Not the way the game is now. You can't go away. Because you can tune away and come back in. Pens could be up 6-5. It's just the way it's going.
Watch this big kid on the point, Mike Ratchie. Mike, if they win the faceoff, they were going to try to set him up playing the offside. 3 new additions for the Flyers on defense, and they're all 6'5" with Hatcher and Ratchie and Terry, and they just keep going on and on.
Wheeling and dealing to Sidney Crosby. Crosby banks it around to the left wing corner. Alfie and Recchi, and a good backdoor pass by Crosby, but Pitkanen read that play to step in front. It didn't take Pitkanen long. Steal by Forsberg. Around one man in front. Here's Gagne. Back to Forsberg, and he missed the net. Well, maybe one too many passes as Gagne tried to return the favor to Peter Forsberg.
Oh, boy. Well, you have to cringe at this pass that Gonch, they call him, Sergei Gonch, are laid up the middle of our zone, Mike. I mean, we just showed a perfect example by Odeline, and this is on the other side, the flip side of the coin. Gonchar throws it up the middle, and the Flyers come that close again. And Gagne could have shot that puck. He's in prime scoring position. Forsberg, how about that between the legs? Little play to go around. Oh, I mean, you cannot turn it. Oh, we scored! We scored right off the faceoff. The Penguins just scored, folks.
How about that?
The goaltender doesn't even know it's in the net. Nobody does. I swear, the Penguins just scored.
They just scored to tie the game at 5. And I must tell you, I just looked down. We were just talking. They dropped the puck in the pen, so their astonishment. And the 19,000 plus here are astounded that the puck got by Niittymaki.
Well, Talbot,
the Penguins were trying to make a change.
That's why Talbot just iced the puck. That, folks, you'll never see this game.
They haven't even put it on the board. The people that run the building and down the minor officials are not even going to put the goal on the board. I don't think they know.
Mike, have you ever seen anything like this before in your years of calling the game? That's Maxime Talbot's first goal in the National Hockey League, folks. It was on a change. He was just trying to dump the puck in off a face-off in the neutral zone. The Flyers are going to call timeout here right now. They cannot believe what happened. I swear to God.
Nobody in the building knows what happened. They're not sure. They are stunned. Did the goal just turn the light on?
I don't know, but watch this. Talbot wins the face-off. He just wants to change. Eddie Olczyk has called for a change. He doesn't like the matchup. They're all changing. I don't even think Talbot's going to see his first goal go in. And Niittymaki, all of a sudden, he sees a shadow go by him on the left-hand side as he's cleaning his crease, Mike. I mean, this is incredible. What an incredible turn of events right now. And that,
well, I'm sure they have a view of that. Like we had upstairs. We'll be able to get to it later. But Maxim Talbot gets his first NHL goal. Way to go, Max. Danny Potats is standing by. Danny?
Eddie Olczyk has been pretty quiet throughout this entire contest on the bench, but as soon as the Penguins scored the goal that nobody really saw, he jumped up and said, quickly, let's make the change and drop the puck and let's go. We've tied this game. And then quickly turned to his bench and said, don't get soft. You've been given another chance. Don't get soft. We'll see how hard these Penguins can play right now. Guys, back up to you.
And here comes Mario Lemieux. The Penguins looking for the lead for the first time in the game. They have tied it at 5 on a Maxime Talbot first goal ever in the NHL. Primo scoots around behind the net, turns in front, loose puck, and the Penguins bank it up the boards and away back into Philadelphia territory. Lemieux runs into Radovojevic. And Pittsburgh handles it again. Here is Mario, number 66. Down the right wing against Darian Hatcher. Lifted behind the net in a freaky turn of events here for the Penguins. I told you, don't turn out. Do not get off. Change your channel.
I want to know how many Penguins were on the ice when the puck went in the net, Mike. I guarantee you there was at least 8 or 9 Penguins on the ice when this puck went in the net. And Talbot may have been one of them. He may have been on the bench. Who knows?
They were in the midst of trying to change a line from a faceoff. And Talbot just threw it up ice. Niittymaki apparently was just not ready for it. And we told you earlier, remember in the game, I told you how quick the linesmen were to dropping the puck. They were not wasting any time. We had players come on late, just stayed into the circle.
I still can't believe it, Mike. I mean, I would have loved to call the goal better, but I didn't know who scored it. I just knew it was in the cage. Well, I couldn't believe it. I was in shock. Like,
frankly, it happened so fast when we were talking. Now, from behind the Penguins' net.
Should have been a hit from behind. Let's see if Orpik gets a penalty for reacting. I think he might. Let's just see. I mean, Orpik got hit pretty hard from behind by Brad Richards, number 18, or sorry, Mike Richards, number 18 of the Philadelphia Flyers. It was a little bit of a cheap shot, folks, and the referee let it go. Let's see if he's going to let. There it is, right there. Let's take a look at the Subway sandwich of tonight. The last hit on Brooks Orpik. Wasn't as bad as I originally thought, Mike. But you know what? Brooks Orpik can't get up and take a penalty, and if he's the only one taking one, shame on him. You cannot retaliate in a 5-5 hockey game with 6:34 left. You cannot. You've been down 5-1, Mike. This is one you have to suck up. When Eddie Olczyk says don't get soft, this is not what he means.
Well, my guess is a roughing call. Power play to the Philadelphia Flyers. They have a chance here to go back on top. Roughing is the call. Gagne along the right wing boards. Turns to Forsberg. Back to Gagne. Went right by him to Janssen. They fire behind the net for the playmaker extraordinaire, Peter Forsberg. Around near side, Janssen pulls the trigger and he misses the target. Good effort there by Talbot to get the puck ahead. He has the tying goal here in the third period.
The only thing he did wrong is he didn't dump the puck down on the net, Mike. You should have tried it again.
Gagne spins it away around the near side. Back to the left point and out of the zone it comes. 5:48 to go. It does seem like this game has gone on forever, and we still with the clock a ton of time left. Desjardins to the net. They're on with a save, and the Penguins clear. And the Flyers are down to 60 seconds to go in this power play. Pittsburgh 5, Philadelphia 5. If you miss this one, shame on you for 6 weeks. Picking it, cruising through center, skating well. Around to Primo in the left wing corner it comes. Keith Primo trying to set it up here for the Philadelphia Flyers. Jeff Carter down deep. Radovojevic has had a strong game. Back to Carter, lost possession of the puck. And the Penguins will take advantage of that and slip it down into Philly ice.
25 ticks left here, and a great penalty kill by the Penguins so far.
Rathje's pass misfires. Karstrom being pressured from behind. And the Flyers reach in and get it back. Good effort. Radovojevic in front. It went to Carter and by him. Radovojevic, good effort there to give them a chance to score. The Flyers will not score in this power play. Hustling to get back in the play is Orpik, and he hurries to the Penguin bench.
He's the happiest man in the building right now. He did not want to be in there when the Flyers scored.
I would totally agree with you. Loved by the Flyers, Savage on to Uncle Handzus, and Handzus, nice little chip maneuver to get it down deep into the Penguin zone. Handzus with that 6'5" frame trying to feed it in front to Savage, who is locked off by Joe Menikar. Savage goes right back and plants himself in the crease. Borderline having a little problem, but he gets the puck as it bounces away right to Malone. Reaching in, the Flyers put pressure on.
Know what makes Chrysler 300 the most award-winning new car in history? Just pick up any one of these magazines and read about its precision handling, 5-star crash test rating, and fuel-efficient Hemi V8 engine. Or you could experience the thrill of driving Chrysler 300 for yourself and see what it takes to be the most award-winning new car ever. Now get a $500 cash allowance that gets you a Chrysler 300 for under $24,000.
Long before Katrina reached land, our electric co-ops pulled together the resources they needed to rebuild. Now, thousands of linemen from co-ops in more than 20 states are replacing over 100,000 poles and countless miles of line. Our members consider each other neighbors, no matter how many miles lay between them. This is why we continue to work, knowing that each light we turn on brings hope for a better tomorrow. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives. Power and hope will be restored.
Copyrighted telecast is presented by FSN Pittsburgh under the authority of the Lemieux Group LP and may not be reproduced, rebroadcast, re-recorded, or retransmitted without the express. Here's Forsberg with a turnaround play. Missed the net. And don't forget, without the express written permission of the Lemieux Group LP. That's.
You almost had a goal in that disclaimer.
That's why we read the disclaimer. He can't score when they're doing that.
No. It's going to be an ice here on the Flyers, and
icing call against Philadelphia.
Their unit on the ice with Ratchie and company, Nienema. Well, Maxime Talbot, we could hear his music on the bus to the rink here tonight, Mike. He had headphones on, but we could hear it sitting 5 rows up. Listen to Michael Jackson, Beat It, and something else. I mean, he had a whole mix going.
He's a happy young guy. He'll be even happier tonight that he got his first tally In the NHL, you got a lot of friends. And
you got a picture of his pink flip-flops this morning too.
You know, along the way, we'll let you take a peek at those. Maybe
they were
those
cute.
Are the magic. Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
You said you wanted a pair.
They look good on him.
Yeah. Richard. The outlet delivery to Michael Hansus.
The lucky shoes.
Could we be going to overtime again? It'll be the fourth consecutive time the game the Penguins would go into OT. Richards behind, right side, Desjardins. And he's shot up the heel of the stick. Open on the play is Crosby. Can they get it to him? It just went beyond his reach.
He just took off when that initial shot by Desjardins went wide, Mike. He just took off.
I think we will see some breakaway chances from Sidney Crosby in his career with the speed that he has. Koltsov and Rico Fata. You talk about speedsters, and we're on with Matt Myrtle. The Flyers gather it in. Here comes Brashear. Nice little pass ahead. Radebojevic is going to get there. And he got there to make the play. Comes around the boards, though. The Penguins come up with it. Koltsov, second rush up the ice at full speed. Almost ran into Murley. Boy, they collide. They both don't get up for a day and a half.
Oh, man. Murley had that one leg on the blue line, the trailing leg, but he had to lift it because Koltsov, he figured he ran out of room on the blue line.
This was close.
Right there. Koltsov's got to get out of the way. You know, what he wants is Koltsov to go down the boards. That's what Murley's looking for there, so that he can go to the net, Mike, and open up space. Didn't happen.
Lemieux in a 5-5 game cuts around a man and shoots it. It was deflected. I think Leclerc got a stick on it and just offline. Peter Forsberg scrambles back the other way, trailing the play. Knuble. Forsberg will be Dick Tarnstrom all over it. Good checking there by Tarnstrom. 1:45 to go. Knuble. Little drop pass back for Gagne. Gagne delivers it off the glove hand side of Sebastian Caron. Flyers are sending people in right now. Rathje covering the point is Richards. Richards slapper. Stopped by Caron. And he holds on.
There's a smart play. Your defenseman's in deep. Who covers? The forward. So you see Brad Richards, he covers, and the puck comes right to him at the point area. And look at all the traffic in front of Caron. He's able to squeeze it with a $1:29 left.
You know what happened is Richards just came on. He just came off the bench, and he read the play perfectly. And you should. I mean, that's a
heady play.
A written rule in hockey. I mean, most people know that. Most kids know that too.
Mike Richards.
And here he is carrying the mail to the Penguin zone. And hit the post, rebound, scored, Savage. Are they going to rule no goal?
No goal, Mikey. I swear to God, this is a save. This is Frankie Pietrangelo.
It is no goal.
This is Frankie Pietrangelo, the save all over again, folks. This is tremendous. The best save you'll ever want to see in the game of hockey.
The fans think it's a goal. I think the goal judge turned the light on.
Watch this
Savage
save.
raised the stick, wants to play.
You are not going to believe this save. Just watch it. You're not going to believe it, Mike. Can you believe that?
He robbed him. The light went on. The goal judge turned the light on. You'll see it.
I'll tell you, folks.
That is an incredible save.
Crosby's looking at the goal light. He can't believe it. He can't believe that save. He's never seen it. I guarantee you the kid's never seen a save like that in his life. I don't know if we have, Mike.
19,500.
Look at above.
66.
Look at above. Did his glove go over the goal line? That's what they're going to looking at upstairs here. Did Caron's glove go over the goal line?
No, I don't believe it did.
You cannot tell. The puck is in his glove. No.
That is the save of the year so far in the NHL.
You'll never ever. You're going to be along. You're never going to see a better save, Mike, than that. I really believe that. I mean, that's incredible. That is incredible.
I believe everybody in the building, including Savage, who raised the stick. The Flyers were celebrating, thought the puck was in. The goal judge turned the light on. But Sebastian Caron had one more move left.
You cannot say that puck went fully across the goal line. Much like the Penguins' goal that did not count. You cannot say that the puck definitively went across that goal line, the full puck.
Hey, Dvorsky, you're not going to believe it when you see it either.
If they
Trust me, you will not.
Steal this save away from Caron, Yeah, the people in this building will be happy. I will not, and it should not be a goal. I mean, that was inhuman.
Speechless.
Inhuman.
Yeah.
I'm shaking my head. I've seen the strangest things happen here tonight.
That's what's up.
This is incredible. This,
no goal.
I mean, Crosby. Everybody.
Wait till these guys see this. Wait till they see it, the players. They don't have any idea. They haven't shown it on the board yet.
I think this is going to go down as the top save in the National Hockey League this year, and we're only, what, 5 games in. You cannot make a better save than that.
I wish we had a different angle to see how he reacted down low, too. Because that, I mean, I thought it was in. Everybody in the building, the goal just turned the light on. And from our angle, as high as we are, you almost kind of take their judgment because we can't see the puck plainly. I'll give Bobby a lot of credit. He realized that it wasn't in. That's strong, Bobby. That's very strong.
Mike, I tell you, that was highway robbery. I mean, more than that.
That's 5-10. He'll be behind bars. All right, less than a minute to go. Well, the Penguins destined to get a little more out of this hockey game the way it's gone. They tied it here in the third period with 2 third-period goals. Remember, the Flyers have gone 81 in a row without losing a game. With the lead at the end of 2.
Good play by the Penguins Mellicar to hold the gap and hold the blue line.
Here comes Forsberg. He has time. 25 seconds to go. Nice poke check there by Jackman. And Forsberg relentless. Gets back on the puck. Around it to Newble. 17 to go. Forsberg behind the net. Crosby steps into him. Penalty coming up.
Yeah.
Crosby's going to get the holding call.
Mike, and you know, I hate to see it, and it was the right call. You know, and you just worried about, you knew they were going to cycle the puck back down low. You just knew it. And Forsberg now has got position. You see that? And he grabs the stick. He's got the stick held. Once Forsberg got position there to beat Crosby, you don't want to chase him around behind the net. Defer to one of your defensemen coming out the other side. A tough play.
Well, the Pens now with 12.8 seconds left. Their best wish list right now is just to kill the clock and get the point again. And then go to overtime and take their chance there. Slapped away. They're going to get the opportunity. So they will get a point out of here again for the 4th consecutive game. Now it's a matter of whether they will get another one against Philadelphia here this evening. 4 straight overtime games. Well, we'll be back in a moment.
Witness the baddest men on the planet. The Pride Fighting Championships are on FSN. What a tremendous battle! Featuring Kazushi Sakuraba, Quentin Jackson, Fedor Emelianenko, and Ken Shamrock. If you think you've seen the ultimate in fighting, you haven't seen anything yet. The Pride Fighting Championships, Sunday on FSN.
Learn the art of poker from the masters. Howard Lederer and the world's top players teach you how to call, raise, and bluff your way with the best. FullTiltPoker.net presents Learn from the Pros Sunday on FSN.
Tune in Sunday night for the best in black and gold coverage. It's FSN Live, Steelers Edition, presented by Busch Light. Join Rob King along with Tunch and Wolf as they wrap up the past week in Steeler football. Sunday at 10, only on FSN Pittsburgh.
Well, here we go again. Into overtime. It'll be 4-on-4, but in this case, it'll be 4-on-3. Last time the Penguins played 4 overtime games back in '93. 3 ties and a win. Philadelphia on the power play tonight, 1 for 6. And they're going to start this overtime period. 4-on-3. It was Max Talbot's first National Hockey League goal. It tied it for the Penguins. And here we go into OT. Forsberg with a puck. In front, look out. It went off of Fata right to the goaltender, Caron.
Oh, it's a great desperation play by Rico Fata to just lay horizontal on the ice, deny that pass over to Gagne, looking for his hat trick tonight. How about the last time the Penguins came back from a 4-goal deficit, Mike? 1995.
And we're down 5-1. Here's Kim Janssen with a puck. Right side to Desjardins. They look in front and hit the side of the net. And the crowd jumping to its feet, thinking that puck was in. Janssen to the right side to Desjardins. Gagne back to Janssen. Right point, Desjardins. Down deep, Forsberg. 4-on-3. Melikar battling hard, but Desjardins shoots it. Gloved out of the air by Caron.
Well, what happened in Buffalo on Monday night with 20 seconds left in the hockey game? The Sabres were able to work the puck down low, jam it in. Johan Huck on Marc-Andre Fleury just jams it in behind the goaltender. Caron looks sharp here. He's already saved 1 point for the Penguins. Let's see if they can get another one. Penguins defense doing a good job, Mike. Randy Hiller wants him to go down on one knee, block that cross crease pass.
This is Desjardins, another face-off win for the Flyers. But Orpik goes for the puck. He hurries it up the boards and gets it out of danger.
Oh. That's a tough play on the backhand, but he got enough on it.
Joni Pitkanen swings it left side. Flyers and Penguins tied at 5 in overtime. Desjardins has been on for a while here. 1 minute and 6 seconds into the overtime. Left side to Pitkanen. Remember Desjardins, if it changes here, on the power play. Pitkanen shooting, deflected right in front. Oh, off the post, rebound. Richards on his head. Everybody's raising their arms to the Flyers. They think they're scoring 100 goals here tonight.
Penalty, Mike, here.
Another one against the Pens.
Gonchar is going to take a penalty. And we're going to go to a 5-on-3, folks. We're going to go 5-on-3. Now look at this. Richards dink off the post and then wide. Boy.
He's raising his arms up. Everybody thinks they've got a goal here, and it's not happening. So another penalty. Sergei Gonchar here in overtime.
Yeah, I believe they're going to add another man to the Flyers. I think it goes to a 5-on-3, Mike, and here they all come.
Yep. And it will have to give them the two-man advantage. 1:24 the time of the penalty.
Now look at 24 seconds left on the Crosby penalty.
Two-man advantage, 5-on-3 for 24. You're right.
So how key is this face-off right now? And it's very tough, 5 against 3, to win a face-off and get it down.
And you're in your own end, too.
And broke a stick. So it's 5-on-2.
Here the Flyers with it. They've got a great chance here to try and finish it. Janssen, right wing. To Desjardins. Forsberg with the puck. Very patient again. To Desjardins. Slapper. Save Caron. The Penguins get new life. And they'll need it.
Well, even better than that save was absorbing it in the chest. And the stick breaks the Fata right off the face-off. Can you believe it? And then the hearts must have dropped of every Penguin player on that bench when they saw that stick break. Here's another big face.
Fata wins it this time. And Orpik double team, triple team. They'll swarm all over him. Forsberg comes away with the puck. 3 seconds on the two-man advantage. Crosby ready to come on. Desjardins shoots, save made, rebound. Where's the puck? And Caron's got it one more time.
Well, he's making me a believer. I'm telling you, folks. He is making me a believer, and if you had any doubts about Sebastian Caron and his heart to battle in the midst of this goaltending battle up here in Pittsburgh, where we have already seen 4 goalies make the jaunt up and back, I tell you, he's putting in a bid right now, Mike. A real strong one.
Yes, he's been magnificent here. And now the single advantage. Now they go back to 4-on-3. They'll make the change when they get a whistle, and they will be able to do that right now.
Another big face-off.
It's 4-on-3. Hansus.
There's a broken
stick again for the Penguins. Talbot's broken his stick. And a shot towards the net. Talbot can't clear.
Yes,
uses the glove, and he gets the puck out of danger.
He can clear with a glove, Mike. What a play. He's doing it all, and he's got a stick back from the bench.
Mike Richards hops his way into the Penguins in. A 4-man rush in. Hansus right into that broken stick. He has to slow down. Back to Pitkin and a slapper. Blocked by Talbot. Pitkin into the left side to Hansus. Going towards the net. Throw it back. Man wide open. They go to Pitkin. He can't get it on the net. He feathered it softly.
Richards took out the goalie.
Pitkin in again. Turns around. Looking to the right side. Over to Desjardins. Desjardins to Mike Richards. 2:25 to go in the overtime. 49 in the power play for the Flyers. 5-5 the score. Here's Desjardins to the net. It missed. Penguins can't get it out. Flyers again firing. They missed fire off the stick of Orpik. Philadelphia's Mike Richards. 35 to go. Power play. Philadelphia onto the net. The save made. The rebound not cleared out. Be careful here. Talbot gets it out of danger to take the heat out of a hot kitchen. 20 seconds on the Gonchar penalty. 1:53 to go in the overtime. Forsberg, final left up in the power play. Drop pass here to the left side of Ken Johnson. Right side, Rafty scores!
That was a bomb by Mike Ratzi on that right point. I mean, Sebastian Caron is being congratulated by his teammates right now. A remarkable game, remarkable effort by him, by Maxime Talbot in this third period, killing penalties, but not enough as the Flyers get one on the power play, Mike, with a $1:43 left on the power play.
Well, the Pens did everything possible they could to try and stave off the attack of the Flyers, but Philadelphia ends up winning it in overtime. So the Pens 4 straight overtime games. One they lost in a shootout to Carolina. The other ones they've lost in OT.
Well, Mike, they've been close, but they haven't got the win yet. Let's see if they can do them back on home ice tomorrow night when they got the Stanley Cup champs coming in. It does not ever get any easier.
No, it doesn't. Philadelphia outshoots the Penguins 5-0 in the overtime. The Penguins shorthanded the whole time. So they end up winning the game. Philadelphia draws first blood in this 8-game division battle during the course of the season. Final score tonight, the Philadelphia Flyers defeat the Pittsburgh Penguins by the score of 6-5. Do not forget, Pittsburgh Sports Tonight is coming up next. It's all coming up right here.
Now, Pittsburgh Sports Tonight, presented by Busch Light.